with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
We are rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
We got alphas and bros in the house.
That's right.
Peace out, my brother.
Woo! I'm rolling with the F to the D.
Learn something new every day when you're rolling with FD.
We are rolling with FD, baby.
I roll with one person, and that's FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
You gotta love it, man.
Hey, Renee, who you rolling with?
Rolling with FD.
Hey, Matt.
Rolling with FD. You don't have to ask. I'm rolling with FD.
My man, C. Bless. Who you rolling with?
I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
That's how you just rolling, right? That's the whole thing, right? You roll with it.
I'm rolling with FD.
Manny and Jeremy, who you rolling with?
We're rolling with FD. We don't want to get our asses kicked.
My man, Dan, the card man. I appreciate you, dog. You gotta let the people know who you rolling with.
Well, obviously I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
Chasing Cardboard is rolling with FD.
Rolling with FD.
What's up, y'all? November 12th, I got Big John in the house. Big John.
What's up, everybody? How we doing today?
Tonight is a great night. We got a great guest on we want to bring to you and talk about a bunch of stuff. We also know that the Golden State Warriors are playing the Dallas Mavericks tonight, and Klay Thompson's back in the bed. So we'll see how that goes. Probably after 7, I may be looking to the right. I'll be checking that game out. But without further ado, we have Shawn Stewart here. He's going to come talk to us about his background, his work, his art, and everything else under the sun that we jump into tonight, because you all know how we do. Sir, how you doing?
Party people, what's up?
What's going on? Atlanta in the house.
Y'all ready? Appreciate you having me, FD, man.
Oh, bro. You know we talked about this in person.
For real.
Yeah, got to have you come through, man.
Full circle, man. Culmination. I like that.
That's what it's all about. I'm going to jump into some stuff. You know, we always talk about origin stories here. Let the people know kind of your background, who you are, how you grew up, whatever you were doing. Were you playing ball? I heard through the grapevine you were playing some football, putting down on people, and walking through how you really got interested in art.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, originally, I'm actually from San Diego.
Okay.
I moved out to California when I was around 12. That's where all my I moved to Ohio when I was about 12. That's where all my family is. I grew up out there until I was 29, 30, and that's when I moved out here to Atlanta.
Okay.
Man, I pretty much was a gigantic person all through life. So I played football pretty much from like elementary school on up, through high school, through college. Studied industrial engineering, got my BS in industrial engineering undergrad. Then I played like some arena ball as well. I played defensive end, stand up, play some outside linebacker, whatever you need me to do.
What was your playing weight in arena football? What was your playing weight in arena football?
That was when I met you, FD, that was around my playing weight. Maybe 5 pounds, 10 pounds lighter.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to be Dwight Freeney-ish.
I'm seeing that.
Okay.
Some Terrell Suggs energy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a 6'1".
And now, is that the position you played in college?
Huh?
Defensive end?
Yeah.
In college? Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you go to college at?
I went to Central State University.
Okay.
Yeah. Went to Central State. Then I played, like I said, I played some arena ball for Dayton. Had played arena ball for some teams in Kentucky. And then, after that, man, I was just kind of like out in limbo. League didn't, the whole NFL situation didn't come into existence for me. And, as much as I loved football and much as I wanted to, I guess, play in the NFL, I was still a very realistic individual. I knew that my chances were kind of tall for a short end. But, I kind of had floated out into normal guy adulthood, was working and stuff. And, here I am 30 years old and God's like, hey, I know you thought you played football, but you're really an artist. It's pretty crazy, but I consider it to be a blessing, and it's a humbling gift. And honestly, I let the gift do what it do. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like a pass to it.
The fact that you said that, the way you said it, walk us through. Because a lot of times when we come to the fork in the road on something, and there's a time to change something about what we think we are. Because most of us walk around, I've walked around many years of life thinking I'm a certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you before I ask this question, when I got through playing ball, for 3 years I couldn't watch the NFL or college. I played against some guys in school that played in the NFL. One guy, Jordan, played for the Detroit Lions, played linebacker.
Okay.
So I couldn't watch. But then I thought to myself, I had an epiphany. I have the ability, sometimes I can sit down and think deeply about myself while I'm with myself.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if I lived in any other country in the world, I wouldn't be considered a football player.
Yeah.
Right? Those countries don't have that sport.
Right.
So why am I sitting here right now thinking about myself as a football player? Help me come out of that. So I'm saying all this to say, walk us through when you said you were a football player and God told you you're an artist.
Well, I had walked away from it. I had broke my leg actually. I never had been injured playing ball my entire life. Never got injured. Broke my leg playing arena ball in the playoffs, and I had to take a full almost year and a half off because of how bad the break was. And I was trying to come back to the game. You know what I'm saying? I had got myself back into football shape, and I was trying to come back, and things just weren't working out. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like the universe was telling me, it's time to hang them up. Like a lot of football players, we have trouble with separating. It's like separating society. You know what I'm saying? Like you've made yourself this person your entire life. Now you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was still actually dealing with that. And I moved into this condo. This is probably about 2 years after I stopped playing. And I guess I'm more or less just, like I said, getting settled into just normal adulthood because I was still pretty young. I moved into this condo. I had a really big dining room. And I was kind of feeling myself. I'm like, man, this is my first real ball, adult. I'm making good money condo. I want a nice size painting for this dining room. I want to make it look, make it do what it do.
Okay. So started feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, I called my boy. I'm like, he's the only artist I know at the time. And I'm like, yo, I need a painting for my dining room. How much would you charge me? And he said like $3 or $4 something like that. And I remember thinking to myself, you know what I'm saying? I know what I've seen art to look like, or I know what I've seen it to be. I know how subjective it can be. So it can't be that hard to create my own, you know what I'm saying, for my dining room. Put a frame on it and see how I like it. So I did that, and that was 8 years ago.
There you go.
I was doing these paintings in my spare time, as a placement for football. You know what I'm saying? How I felt when I painted, it was like the outlet that I got when I ran on the field. And I was just doing it in my spare time and giving the paintings away to my friends and family until one of my friends, we were at the bar one night, and I was showing him what I was working on. He was like, when did you start doing this? I'm like, man, I'm like 2 weeks ago. Just after work or whatever, start selling these. And I refused to sell it at first. I refused to sell the artwork because that's not what it was for me at the time.
Was it like your therapy, trying to get through things, or?
For me, it was therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't have a monetary value attached to it. I wasn't thinking about making money off of it. That's why I was just giving my paintings away. But bro, you gotta start selling these, or at least offer, make yourself available to do it for other people. You know what I mean? Create their visions and stuff. And I was like, well, from that standpoint, maybe I could do that. So I kind of opened my up, and yeah, man, it's just been a roller coaster ever since. I've been in the passenger seat the entire time, but I'm thankful.
So now let's take us the steps past that. So you're an artist now.
Yeah.
You're an artist now. Like you've already been that, but now you have accepted.
Yeah.
Some things and walk people through, because there's some work involved here. I already know this. So definitely. Walk people through the work of how you create your art, how you show your art, How are you building a network for your art? Walk people through that.
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm self-taught. So a lot of all the information I picked up trial and error, YouTube, books, all these different tools, man. But honestly, your career as an artist is what you make it. It's as serious as you take it. Because I know artists that have like mass skill level, like way up here, but zero drive, zero ambition, zero marketing, zero business skills. Not so they can create at a high level, but they can't really make it beneficial to themselves. I guess for me, once I learned that I could do this to a degree where people will want to pay for it, I felt like it was important for me to identify what I cared about, because if I'm going to do this, I have to care about it to some degree, like outside of, I guess, how it makes me personally feel. I have to care about the message I give, the message that my work sends. I don't know, the visible conversation that you're going to have with my work when you look at it, the conversation, the nonverbal conversation. So I had to identify that, and for me, what I landed on was humanity. Just, I guess, because I'm a very humble person, and I just find beauty in everything that is us. Mostly our community, because that's been my biosphere. So I love everything black. I love black people. The way we look, the way the light hits our skin, the colors that pop out when the light hits our skin, all these type of crazy things. But I had to identify what was important to me as an artist and why I was creating, and that's what it was. It was humanity, because everything that you and you have been through, nobody else has been through. True. So, what I'm saying? Everything you've eaten, nobody else has eaten. Now, everything you've seen, nobody else has seen. So these different things play a huge part in the way you look, the way you carry yourself, mannerisms, your face, the way you hold your face, the way you look happy, all the great scars, all these things make you an individual, which make you beautiful. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy.
No Diddy. Yeah.
No Diddy. But yeah, once I was able to, I guess, identify that, I used it as fuel to propel myself, and to push myself into, I guess, just working at it, because it's like a muscle. The more and more you do it, the stronger you get, the better you get. You know what I'm saying? All these different.
You're getting your reps in.
Yeah, exactly. I work with acrylic mainly, and acrylic is very forgiving because it dries so quick. So if it ain't right, it's gonna be dry in like 30 seconds. So you got to figure it. So that actually taught me how to really work fast and to utilize my time wisely. I think that skill set, or I guess picking that up, really helped me move forward as an artist. I also would say that you have to be prepared for haters. You have to be prepared for people who don't like you. I thought it only maybe existed in the rap game, but
no, it's everywhere. If you're doing anything, someone has something to say. If you're doing nothing, someone has something to say.
Somebody got something to say, man. So that was one thing I had to learn to navigate as well. Like criticism from other artists, people not liking you, people not wanting to see you succeed, people wanting to flat out fail their own benefit. And that also kind of taught me some, I guess, some self-love, because you as there's a lot of artists that love themselves too much. I'm pretty sure you've seen that, but you have self-love because you have to care about nobody else does. You if it doesn't mean anything to anybody else. So that's a lesson I took from some early on haters that I didn't know I was going to encounter. And I guess ultimately all those things pushed me to want to create in a way that my work speaks in volumes that I can, in ways that I can. There's things that I can't. I get that from, I'm a big religious person. I grew up in church. A lot of people don't know that when God sent Moses to talk to Pharaoh, he sent Aaron with him because Moses stuttered. He could speak well. So Aaron spoke for him.
Yeah.
And so I asked God, to speak through my artwork. You know what I mean? I'm not good at talking myself up and I guess bragging. So let my artwork brag for me.
And what I always love, just double down on what you just said, Aaron is the first representation of strong brotherhood that we ever saw. But go ahead. Don't want to take you off, but I love brothers and sisters. That stand by each other, that are with each other through thick and thin.
Reinforcements, man. Bible says a wise man has many counsels. So yeah, man. Like I said, it's a gift that God gave me at 30, and I'm 37. So the way things have went with it, I guess I could say it's been a really wild ride. It's been a wild.
So I got a question, kind of like the beginning of what you were talking about. You were self-taught, so were you just naturally gifted at drawing as a kid? Did you draw anything? Like, what would you get inspiration as a kid from your art?
Here's what I would do when I was like maybe like first or second grade. I freaking loved comic books. I loved comic books, and every now and again I would draw like I would, Batman. I try to draw Batman. I get a picture to my uncle or something. I think my uncle actually still has a Batman when I was maybe like 8 or 9. And then, once I got like older, like into middle school and high school and stuff, it wasn't cool to do that, and that's kind of when football kind of kicked in. So I hadn't really like touched my art roots until that day, I decided to go to Walmart and get some art supplies.
There's something to be said to have something in your mind and then start making it an action, making it something that's 3D, making it something that people can see, touch, feel, be creative like that. There's something to be said for that, because as we talked about earlier, we talked about haters, but there are a lot of people who have this innate fear of doing something that they're actually gifted at.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can be a person that sees that gift. You want to help bring them out, but they're gifted.
Yeah.
But then the people that start doing, I just love that. Me, the way I'm wired, man, I love to support someone that's doing. I think I get that from my dad. I love to support someone that's doing something.
Yeah.
You get all my support in the world.
Absolutely.
As much as possible, because you're doing that.
I've been on your Instagram, and man, you are a hell of an artist.
Thank you, man.
I've seen some things you created, and just like it pops, right? So people who don't know, what's your style of art and your style of paintings? Like, is it abstract, impression? Like, can I give the people an idea of what you create?
Well, I guess technically I will be considered like a portrait artist. It's considered fine art. And I do a lot of real photo. That kind of like goes hand in hand with the way my mind works. I'm very meticulous, very detail oriented. I see it all. So it's not a lot gets by me. So it actually plays out in my artwork the exact same way, because I can't not address things when I see them. So yeah, portrait, photo.
Yeah, that Pharrell is so nice.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I just want to show people what we're talking about as you talk.
I got you. Yeah, man. See the Steph joint, what's crazy is my main reference for the Steph piece, because I was trying to figure out the best way to lay the card out, to give it the most, I guess, visible pack for its punch and pack as much detail in there. And a friend of mine actually told me I should go look at old Star Wars posters and how they're laid out. Like, there's a certain way that your eyes just naturally either go in a rectangle or in a triangle.
Yes.
So if you can create visible, points at each one of those, it'll be visibly more aesthetic to somebody. So that was actually a pretty cool reference for me to use the Star Wars posters to get Steph going.
In the card community, Star Wars are known, and one of the things I saw out there are the artist proofs and the sketch cards, right? So that Steph Curry is in that same vein.
Yeah.
So if you look at any Star Wars collectors, they want to see the sketch cards with the artists, what's created. Those are unique one-on-ones in that genre, and that's not the same thing in sports cards. We see them hand drawn.
Right. No, absolutely, absolutely. That's like, see, like it's kind of weird, man. Like because I taught myself this, so like there's a lot of things that I never picked up. I never realized I should be doing. I never realized I should incorporate it into my processes. Like a lot of the times, like I don't sketch I'll sketch my workout directly onto the canvas and I'll just go straight to it. But I actually have given it a lot of thought about adding, like I guess a more draft friendly, you know what I mean, portion to my process. I'm just so wheel to the, rubber to the road type of guy. I'm impatient. So I want to get the thing going. I want to get it going.
Yeah, some people use a graph, then they use that on a projected wall or canvas.
Yeah, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Now, do you just draw one? You do one painting at a time, or do you work on like multiple projects and go back and forward, or what's the process with that?
I can do multiple projects at once, but I like to zero in on pieces when I can. You know what I mean? Like I try to work directly just with one piece. So I feel like if my focus is divided, it'll show in my work. I haven't necessarily developed that skill level yet because that's actually a part of being an artist. You got to be able to multitask, work on different projects, gain consciousness here and then regain consciousness in front of a different project that you got going, take it as serious as it needs to be. So that's actually something I'm working towards, I guess, conditioning myself to be better at is multitasking pieces. But for right now, I like to just focus on the one and just, go nuts, go crazy on it.
So since you've been selling your art, what's your favorite piece that you created for somebody?
Great question.
Created for somebody.
Or personal piece.
Or a personal piece.
I see you got some stuff back there on your wall.
Oh yeah, see man, pieces like I picked up like going different pieces and stuff like that. That one is actually one of my older joints, but yeah, man, I'm trying to just be a student of it all the time. Like, and it's nothing better than picking up artwork from other places and how they get there. My favorite personal piece, I'm not gonna say the one I just did it myself. I like the one I did it myself.
It was nice.
But I just like, I like the way. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked cool.
It's an artist weird thing, but my favorite one would probably be my Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
My Marvin Gaye piece. That was my favorite so far. Because that was the most challenging detailed I had done up until that. I actually saw another artist do that, and it was that I really, really, really admired at the time. And it was like a personal challenge. Like I know the skill level is. Let me see my skill level. Around the same subject matter, but definitely my sure.
And let's not be modest here. So there are some so-called famous people that has your art. Talk to the people about what connections you made. Some people you've met. Some people that have picked up pieces of themselves. I want people to know.
Well, I got a pretty broad spectrum of previous clients. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful to be put in a room with a lot of these folks. You know what I'm saying? You never really think that, you're right. You'll meet a lot of these individuals being an artist. Like I never freaking could have fathomed. But of course, Steph. You know what I mean? Steph.
The Canvas Marketing. Shout out to Will in the house. Yeah.
Canvas Marketing. Listen, go check out the card. If the card is out, the card is active shooter. Canvas Marketing, Instagram. Check it out if you already have it.
Yeah.
The Steph I did, that was one of my tops. For Steph, that was crazier. Before him, it was Shaq. Shaq's people reached out to me and had me do a painting for his birthday. And I ended up being able to give it to him at a birthday party. He liked it so much, he invited me out to his house down in Hateville to do a portrait in his foyer. So that was really cool. I got to walk around his house and go, in and out of his crib and his gigantic gym and all this crap. That was pretty dope. I did some work for TLC. I got that to him that was a year and a half ago, I think, maybe 2. I did a portrait for them for their grand opening of a restaurant chain that they opened down here in Atlanta, because they're an original Atlanta group. I say the last person, well, that's the last person, but person of big significance, the person who really first person that said anything to me that had any relevance is Wesley Snipes. Ooh. So I had did this, a Carter piece or whatever, and the piece was called "Am I My Brother's Keeper?"
Okay.
And
New Jack City.
New Jack City, and I did this portrait of him. It was actually like a trial type portrait, because I was kind of playing around with a technique to add more color into the skin. And I did this piece and I posted it, you know what I mean? And, people liked it. And I got a message that night, a DM, and it was from Wesley. And he was like, "Hey man, I really love this painting that you did of me. I'm going to repost it. If I repost it, can I have it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can definitely have it. Like, you don't even got to repost it if you want to have it. Yeah." So he reposted it, but he never sent me his address. So he never actually got the painting. He never responded after that, but he did repost the piece. And that was probably the first time a celebrity had ever, I guess, noticed my work.
What's that emotion like when they DM or somebody's representative call you? Are you first is this real, or you get the butterflies and the excitement? What is that feeling like?
Man, it's kind of an odd feeling, man. It's wow, this is when Will reached out to me, I was sitting. I had just got done getting gas, and I was sitting in the gas pump, and I was, oh my God, that was Steph Curry's cousin. This is crazy, you know what I mean? So you try not to fan out too much, because you want to be as professional as possible. But like I said, man, it's just a blessing to get to meet a lot of these people.
How do you verify that these are real people? Because anybody say, "Oh, I'm Steph Curry's cousin." How do you verify that? I'm sure people try to scam you or something for paying these things. So how do you kind of verify? This is such assistant. This is such and such real DM account.
Right.
How do you go through that? That's
It's kind of well. Of course, I'm checking validity of pages and stuff like that. Like when Will reached out, I went to the page and I looked to see, what he was talking about. What, does his page show anything like that? Of course, he got it's plastered all over his page.
All over. Yeah.
He seemed legit RN, he hot yellow. So I was like, there's a good chance he's telling
that Virginia skin. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He ain't been out in the light.
Yeah.
Exactly. Most of the time, man, a lot of these did the teams of these individuals, emails and stuff like that. They'll be like, "Hey, we want to wrap this up on social media. Let's take it offline. Here's my contact information." So, I can look these people up and verify, I guess, to some degree their validity. But most of the time it don't take much. Most of the time the celeb, they'll reach out to you personally. Like I did a piece for Shay Johnson. It's like 11 Hip Hop Miami.
Yeah, 11 Hip Hop.
Yeah. And I would talk to her directly on the phone. Like she wouldn't message me, she wouldn't have anybody call me. She would call me and text me directly. So yeah, it's not. Now you got some people who be trying to run game, but most of the time you can spot that shit a mile away. You know what I mean? Just got to be, I guess, intelligent enough to see it's this motherfucker don't seem that legit. But yeah, man.
Just piggybacking on Big John's question, if someone wanted to commission art with you, talked about what some of these other people have done. What are the steps preferred for someone to do that?
Honestly, I mean, anybody can contact me directly. I do have a website construction at the moment though, so I'm asking anybody, you can email me. All my email information is visible on my social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on what's it called? Not Snapchat. What is it called? The other one?
TikTok.
X,
What?
Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitch. What?
Twitch. I'm not on Twitch yet. I need to broaden my social media.
So do I. I'm not on Twitch yet.
Oh,
We gotta get on Twitch though.
Yeah, we can get on Twitch. I'm on Twitch.
Okay.
Just as a viewer.
Okay. We're gonna do more than viewing.
Yeah. I'm gonna get on Twitch. Yeah, as of right now, DM me, email me, text me, call me, however you want to get.
We're gonna put your IG in the comment section of this, but let people know what your IG is.
My IG is the number 1, they call SU. All one. The one they call Stu.
All right.
So I'm curious, right? So you play football, obviously. Who's your favorite team? What sports do you like? You know, is there a particular athlete you like to go and do a portrait of next? You know, things like that.
Well, I'm a Niners boy. I'm a Niners all day right there. I'm a Niners.
Okay. You understand that you know it's real.
The colors don't bleed. They don't run. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I've been a Niners fan since as long as I can remember. Of course, this year is kind of weird. It's kind of funky for me.
The only question, whenever somebody tells me they're a Niners fan, the only question I have is, do you believe in Brock Purdy? Here's
the thing. I do. I believe in him. I believe in him to the same degree we believe in a lot of these quarterbacks. Of course, I don't necessarily believe that he is, what's the name? Patrick Mahomes, but there's a lot of times I don't believe Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. So, you know what I mean? That's neither here nor there. But as far as I think he's been our best bet because we've always had a football team that didn't need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
We always defensive-led team. This year last year we're kind of more so of an offensive-led team because we got all these different skill sets on the offensive side of the ball, all these different options for him to go to. So as long as he's like intelligent enough to steer the car, like we don't need him to
Okay.
I believe in him. That's it all.
I can see it. I mean, he's good enough.
He's good enough.
You got a squad around him.
Yeah, he can push the ball downfield. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of his issue is his decision making sometimes. But people forget he's still on year 2. And so a lot of these quarterbacks, man, they just need to get out of that developmental phase, and that's when they start. Like Sam Darnold. Look at Sam Darnold, man.
He's so up and down. Some nights he looks great. Some nights he doesn't.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about Brock Purdy is that he didn't have expectations set on him because he was the last pick of the draft.
Yeah.
So I mean, he actually got to develop in preseason and out of the way, out of the spotlight, because he didn't. This is a magical run, kind of like when Brady came in.
Yep.
For Drew Brees, there was no expectations from this draft pick.
Right.
You have the Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, who all come in with that. Hey, you got to be great. The greatest right now, and when it's not, like, whole fan base is mad. ESPN, everybody is just mad. And then you get Sam Darnold. He was the number 1 draft pick, first round draft pick in the Jets, and look at him now, right? It didn't work out. He got a second chance, and look how it's working out for him.
Exactly.
So
now, Stu, are you a Atlanta Hawks fan? I would hope not.
Yeah.
Lakers?
Huh?
Lakers? Or who's your basketball team?
I'm a Kobe Laker, man. I mean, after Kobe, went ahead and jumped ship, I went ahead and jumped ship over to the Warriors, actually. So,
I mean, that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it was the easy walk, too.
Right.
It wasn't a far walk.
Whenever your radar is out, you start looking for greatness, it's probably going to take you to the back. I get that.
For sure. Never lying.
So let me flip the script because I want to know some things. Man, my man's in Atlanta. He's plugged in. I see you out. People know you. You have personality. So when I say top 5 rap artists of all time, Big John, we haven't jumped in this in a while.
We ain't jumped to this one.
We used to jump in this all the time. Top 5 rap artists of all time. Your list, not anybody else's. What's your Rushmore plus one? Talk to me.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me big. Give me big. I'll give y'all Pac. That's what I mostly.
No, who's your list? It's your list.
I always say that. I have to say that because he belongs there. You know what I'm saying? But
to some,
okay,
most are for the world, but he belongs there in my mind too. But
right.
I'm more of a Biggie man, honestly.
Okay.
And then I'll go Pac. Then I'll go Hove. But Hove is actually a 3-way tie with Andre 3 Stacks.
There you go. Okay.
I
get it.
I'm going Cole, then I'm going Kendrick. Now, those might sound very, but those guys, they're in my class. Like, they're literally the same age as me. So
yes, they are.
I listen to their music like from college on to this point. So, yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a carrot with 3 stacks in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I have to include it.
Oh, yeah.
I give you my 5 because my 5 is just kind of who I am being a Chicago boy. It's gonna start off with Nelly, actually.
What?
Okay. We talking about two diamond albums. So, we talking about.
I think I'm biased because I lived in St. Louis in 2002, 2004 when Nelly was at his pinnacle. But go ahead, I'm with that. I respect.
Hey, look. Hov said it. Only one's moving units. M, Pimp Juice, and us. Who's Pimp Juice?
Nelly.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're going Eminem 2.
Okay.
We're gonna go JC 3.
Okay.
Kanye 4.
Okay.
And then my 5th is gonna be LL Cool J.
Oh, solid.
I like it.
Solid. I can come off dome.
Honorable mention to Luda.
Okay.
Honorable. You know what's crazy? I was listening to not Chicken and Beer. Word of Mouth. I was Word of Mouth the other day, and I was just like, "Yo, I can legitimately remember like walking to school, listen to this on my CD player, like,
oh yeah, bro,
handheld CD player."
And you know what I respect about him? The man went from being a disc jockey on a radio station. People don't know this, to rapping, to now being in blockbuster movies.
International mogul.
Who does that? Who has done that? That's a very small list.
That nigga Buddha.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets all of my respect.
Right.
And all those albums, like there's Country Grammar that was a time for me, right? St. Louis, that was a very point in time in my life. Yeah. Chicken and Beer, Word of Mouth. Like my best friend broke up to a girl with "You a Hoe" in the middle of the school library at lunch. Right? Like these are just things. But Chicken and Beer, I listened to in high school on the bus going from school to work.
That's a bomb ass way to break up with somebody.
It's rough. That's what.
Yeah, that's real rough.
Listen, we like my high school friends. We were the Ticks. Right? That's what we called ourselves.
I used to play for people. If you think you know me now, by Bobby Womack.
Oh, listen.
But that right there, it trumps that.
Definitely.
That's like that was a wild boy. Bobby Womack is a wild boy.
Hey, Bobby Womack, wild.
Dude, you know his story, Sam Cooke, and everything else that's involved in that.
That's crazy.
The wild dog, man.
Wild.
I wish you didn't trust so much.
If y'all don't know,
you didn't trust me so much. That song was about real life.
That's crazy.
Sam Cooke was his best friend. He died and came to the funeral with his wife.
Bruh.
Married his wife.
Bruh.
Got divorced and was sleeping with the stepdaughter.
Child died in the swimming pool in the backyard.
Uh-huh. Like that is savagery.
And then you get shot by someone at a hotel that you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
So I go.
So my top 5. I got Big Pac, Scarface.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I'll take it.
My Ghetto Boys and After.
Yeah.
AB and Rakim.
I can see that. I could definitely see that.
And I think I gotta go.
Yo, you can tell he's a little bit older than us.
It's so good. That's why I'm like, I take
Don't
that.
sleep on Don't sleep on Scarface.
No, I'm not sleeping on Scarface. I'm on Rakim and Eric B.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then you said Jay-Z. Then you said Ho? Okay. Yeah.
He has to be in there.
Yeah, you gotta throw Ho, man. You have to. Done too much.
Trust.
Even though Ho was never the best rapper at any time in his career.
Never. And benefited a lot of big
any metric you're gonna look at.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Like any year you put in, there was either DMX, M, Nelly, Luda, but Jay-Z's the most consistent.
Yeah.
Of them all. And what I try to tell people, like, if you look at today's rap, these rappers are going to jail and getting federal cases because they're actively talking about what they're doing right now. Jay-Z told you what he did 10 years ago.
He said, look, hopefully you don't have to go through that.
Right. Bars.
True.
Come on, man.
So LP here says Nas. I can't dispute.
I like Nas, but the fact of the matter is that Ether was a great song, but the Blueprint was a whole diss album.
Let me tell you that.
Every song on the Blueprint was dissing Nas. Even from the girls to the girls remix on the at the end, like every song was a diss to him on that whole album. There's not a song that don't apply to Nas from either title or content.
Absolutely. Look, I get my haircut because of Nas. This is the Illmatic.
Yeah.
True.
The Illmatic. It's the season. That's the reason I get it.
You know, the Ether, what was the one with him and Diddy?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Hate Me Now?
Yeah, Hate Me Now, right? Yeah. Come on, Hate Me Now.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Nas is different from me, man. Like, I don't know. It's like I'll listen to Nas over Pac. Like I said, that's why I said Pac for everybody else. But Nas definitely is more my, like, you know, Nas is more of a big vibe for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just that style of rap, you know, that the way it sound coming from that specific part of New York type stuff, you know. So yeah, man.
I mean, you live right now in the mecca of hip hop right now in Atlanta, right? Like everything is.
I feel like it's moving back. I feel like it's moving back west. Like, you know how it was in New York, then down.
Is that because of Kendrick though? Is Kendrick bragging?
Every region had its turn. Houston now.
Say it one more time.
So there's some good things coming out of Houston now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, every region has a turn where they take over. But I mean, Atlanta's had it on the chokehold.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
What do we really think about Lil Wayne not being in the Super Bowl and Kendrick being in the Super Bowl?
Here's the thing. I heard that it was a lot of it was based on recent performances that he had done and his current status of health as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he was healthy, forget how he been performing. I think it would have been a good idea to give it to him. But a lot of people don't know, like, they offer the Super Bowl to you. You got to pay for that, though. Like, the artist pays for that. Like,
yeah, and they get nothing, no financial return from it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's why everybody has an album or tour right out there, just how they recoup their money.
Exactly.
So speaking of recent performances, I'm a wrestling fan, and the W brought him out for a live performance on a pay-per-view, and crickets, and he was off. So, like, you can't have that at the Super Bowl. You know,
I gotta watch a video of that. I've never seen that.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
It makes sense, you know, the year that Kendrick had, it makes sense. But, you know, for nostalgic reasons, it definitely would have been dope if Wednesday would have, like, you know, gave Wade an opportunity to get his shit together to do it.
So let me walk you through my day. Because before the Super Bowl in LA, they had not catered the Super Bowl to artists from that city. So you had Dr. Dre, you had Snoop come out, and they brought, you know, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent. They brought other people out. So before that, there was no precedent. So that day, I'm walking and I look at my phone and I see that Lil Wayne is upset and the Cash Money crew is upset because they're not involved. And I'm thinking, like, why would they be upset? Like, this isn't even registering to me. I'm not even thinking about it. Then I get home and talk to a friend. He was like, man, they're from New Orleans. But I have never put a Super Bowl performance where we're going to pull up artists from that city before. I don't even think like that.
Yeah.
And if I've watched the Super Bowl, I don't even know how that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
But since then, I think I kind of understand what they were thinking as a group of people, and definitely. But I first thought, well, they didn't invite Master P.
Right.
I'm older, but so that's what I'm thinking. And Master P doesn't seem to be upset about this.
Yeah.
But these people are. So it is what it is.
But I think it's the history between Jay-Z and Lil Wayne that you have there.
I never considered that.
That's what the public's saying, right? That Jay-Z hating on Lil Wayne because they were once battling for the best rapper alive. Back the Carter came out.
Yeah, Carter came out.
But Jay-Z bought him out of his contract and paid his debt to Baby, right? And when he was trying to get him on rock, he called Baby first, like, hey, out of respect, professionalism. So I don't necessarily think it's him hating from a standpoint of Kendrick is the hottest thing in rap right now.
But not to let him do it, financially, I guess, and ratings wise and all that, like for what they want the show to do, the year he had, and
the year he had, the trophy on top of it, and again, that's Jay-Z and Drake, little thing there. So like, it could be a little pettiness. I ain't gonna be above it, but I think Lil Wayne acting so much like a child about it and basically throwing a tantrum is going to break like because Kendrick couldn't invite him to it. Other artists do perform. It's just one main performer. But other people do come.
Kendrick loves Wayne.
Yes. So who said Kendrick couldn't invite? Hey, come do a song. Come do your Go DJ or something right here. Yeah. And a Millie.
Yeah.
Who said that couldn't happen? But if you're gonna pout and whine and cry about it, all right, we'll do something else. We'll bring Master P out. We get some make him say before I do my thing. Remember in LA, Kendrick was a surprise before Snoop and Dre went on.
Yeah.
He wasn't the main thing.
Wasn't the main guy.
So like in one sense, like don't block your blessings.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, what were you all at the first time you heard Not Like Us? And then what did you immediately think of the song?
I was here and this is over.
That's what I thought. He had destroyed this man.
It was like I'm real big on like how things like come across just sonically, period. You know what I'm saying? Like all that, but it's like the sonic, the melodic.
Yes, the rhythm.
You know what I'm saying? Like just it's the craziest, most the beat sounds villainous. You know what I'm saying? Like like a villain is at foot.
Yeah.
Is afoot. I don't know, man.
I'm here at home. I heard that one time. I knew it was an instant classic. I called a friend and said, Kendrick just put out something that we'll be listening to. After hearing it one time, I kid you not, we'll be listening to this 10 years from now. People are talking about it.
Ether. Just the ether. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it actually ethers somebody.
Yeah, it'll never go away like either just Jay-Z will never be able to outrun either, no matter how much he overperform Nas later on, and but he'll never. Now, like you said, he did the whole albums. Ether just
Ether is a top 5 disc records, right?
Yeah.
If you put Ether in there, you put No Vaseline in there, you put else in there.
Sure.
The common song we this NWA, you put Mama Said Knock You Out in there. Number one, like there's some discs on records that stand the test of time, and not like us instantly is gonna be like Ether's one of the best diss songs ever. My only comeback is that the album was a whole diss album, and at that time we've never seen an album where from title track or content was a diss to this one person.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I like that impressed me at that time, being like 16, 17 when that came out. That impressed me. Like, this is high level combat. You know what I'm saying? Just hit them up. You know, where one song. This is okay. You got that. That song is fire, but I'm still gonna drag you for 16 tracks.
Now I'll say this: the first time I heard "Hit 'Em Up," I thought to myself, "I'm gonna tell you the truth. Tupac's not living too long after this."
That's crazy.
That's originally what I thought. He talked about everybody that was of note in hip hop with no thinking of what am I really saying about this person. He talked about sickle cell anemia. He talked about everything that was almost untouchable.
Yeah.
He talked about a man's wife that you could think of. Then he doubled down on Machiavelli with a song that also came at a bunch of people. So,
yeah. You just think we didn't even get into the 50 Cent Ja Rule disses.
True.
Like, we didn't even get like underrated diss song, Shiloh They Know. That's you're from Atlanta, so you in Atlanta, so that's underrated diss song.
Absolutely.
Most people like when I moved down south, oh, this is a good club song. Then I got the background. Oh, they were cool, and he's talking about T.I., and T.I. told him that he got a hit and didn't know he was actually talking about him. Yeah. Like, again, another
two sides,
another high level, like, I do this.
Yeah, man. I think it's like, you know, just a part of their craft. Like, you know, that's like, I think that's kind of how, well, I won't say that that's kind of for some other things, but like Drake and all that, they've been subliminally shooting at each other so long.
They really have.
So many different, you know, small innuendos, like things that he probably don't care at the general public. They want you to get it specifically, just that one bar, and then move on. Like, so honestly, after the Kendrick shit, I don't know what's left. Like, I want it, but I don't know how you guys feel. He didn't want it, but I think it was supposed to be Cole standing right there, because I feel like it wouldn't have went the way it went if Cole was standing there instead.
It wouldn't have went that way.
Cole was standing there instead of Drake.
Agree. Well, you can't lyrically come at Cole and not expect to get blessed.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's lyrically the strongest out of all three, but he wants to be the rapper. Drake wants to be the best entertainer, and Kendrick wants to be the best artist.
Yes.
So, you know, there's all these different lanes, but I feel like Cole was probably like the strongest lyricist out of all three of them.
Now, Cole has said since then why he stepped back. But at the time when he stepped back, what were you thinking about? Why is this guy not engaging? We had never seen anybody just step back from something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
go ahead.
No, go for it.
I thought it was on brand with who he is as a person.
Yeah.
Because he came up with that thing real quick, and it was hot. But you know, like, Cole's not a person that you say jump, he says how high. My other thing is that with the whole thing, Kendrick gave Drake an out. We can keep this about rap. We can keep this about. He said it in the song, and Drake did not keep it about rap.
Yeah.
So therefore, you thought you was going to bully him, and you not bullying anybody from Compton.
Nah, not Drake. Drake's not bullying anybody from Compton. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
I don't know if Drake is bullying anybody.
Period.
It's just about anywhere.
Now, they said that they had a sit down about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had a sit down before it even happened. Like, all right, so we're going to do this. We're going to keep it this way. And, you know, that's why Kendrick doubled down in the actual music, saying, hey, sure you want to do this? Talk about it. This wasn't, it's supposed to keep rappity rap. We talking about wives and cheating and all that mess. Don't do it. So, yeah, I mean, but like that's what I think. Like, even in that aspect, like he wouldn't have had shit to say about Cole. Maybe about his stats over in Europe, they was booty, but maybe that's about it. What else you gonna say about him?
But then they close. Cole has beat up Diddy for Kendrick, right? They close. Yeah. They are really boys. So a lot of personal stuff that when you boys, even if y'all fall out, certain things you just don't ever mention again. That's just like some things that we know as man. Like, all right, we not cool no more, but I don't need to mention what I know about you. You don't mention we good.
True.
We good because we were good, even though we're not good no more.
Right.
So him bowing out his reasoning, I respect it because it's on brand with who he is. Mm-hmm. But he just can't come with that same energy like I'm the best rapper energy. I can bow to anybody energy no more.
Yeah, anybody can get it. I'm the king. I'm the best. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, you had that opportunity and you backed away from it. And I think those two could have kept it at rap. I don't think the songs would have been as good or the battle would have lasted that long, either way, winner or loser, because it would just been it ended in a lyrical mea culpa where they probably ended up doing a song together.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised to hear that they had to sit down ahead of time with Jay Prince involved.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised at all. Because this whole time I was thinking, like, what the hell does Jay Prince think about this?
Yeah.
He shut other stuff down before.
Yep.
Side note, your boy Clay is getting his ovation.
Yeah, he should. Put some volume on this.
Put some respect on that man's name.
Put some respect on his name.
For real.
Part 2 of the greatest backcourt of all time.
That's crazy.
Hey, John knows how I feel. Look at Clay. Clay is thinking while he's clapping his hand, y'all can give me all this. I'm about to give you 48.
I'm about to give everything y'all was looking for.
Lay this shit down for you.
You feel me?
It's coming. They showed him earlier today in shoot-arounds. He was locked in.
Yeah, he looked. Kyrie was talking about it like, ain't nothing I can really do. He dialed in. We gonna let him.
But what the cameras are not showing is that there's one Steph Curry that's also dialed in. What the cameras are not showing is that there's one Draymond Green that's going to physically test Clay tonight.
I want to see what you think. I want to see how this is going. Oh, this is going to be good, man.
This is a playoff atmosphere.
Against the one, what did you ever think? I didn't think.
Oh, I thought they weren't going to pay Clay. I think who messed this all up, I say this over and over again, was Jordan Poole. This is why Kuminga can't get his money.
Yeah.
Because when you get the bag, you got to show up. You can't just do nothing. So then when Clay came, they said, well, hey, man, we've been analytical now. You've had an Achilles and a knee, and you're older. We're not going to pay you that kind of money because the trajectory of your career is much shorter than longer. So why don't you come off the bench for us? Come on, man. And I really believe tonight, he doesn't have a problem with Steph Curry. He doesn't have a problem with Draymond Green.
Yeah.
He has a problem with the GM.
Yeah.
And he has a problem with Steve Kerr.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Man, I'll come give you my best for 13. You can't give me something on the other side? I gave you 4 rings.
That's crazy.
This man was 3 in lockdown D for a long time.
He was.
Steph is not, I'm going to say this. Steph is not developing the way he developed in that time frame. He'll get there, but not in that time frame if you don't have Klay Thompson over there.
Yeah. No, that's facts. That's definitely facts.
So we'll see tonight. We'll see what's about to go down here. Everybody on the panel was pretty cool on TNT. They all have their Klay hats on, except for Chuck and Kenny, because you know how Chuck and Kenny get down. They're a little funny acting sometimes.
Love Chuck, man. Chuck is fucking hilarious, man.
He is very much so. What else did I want to ask you? What famous people have you met in Atlanta?
Famous people?
Besides yourself. Who you met? Who you bumped into?
Bobby Valentine in there buying a smoothie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Straw was bigger than him.
Hey, let me just say, Jamal Carr, I'm just going to say this. everything we do is business. Right? When I play ball in college, this is business.
Yeah.
If that coach doesn't do you, we still got to make human decisions. And if that coach comes down to it probably doesn't go a certain way, or somebody from upstairs, and remember that GM had a very average career.
Yeah.
So when you're great like Klay Thompson and you're listening to certain people, Steve Kerr and them, who didn't do what you did physically, Jamal Carr, I'm just going to tell you, it's going to become personal real quick. And then we're going to handle business tonight. It's going to stay business, but it's going to become personal business.
Personal business. There you go.
And that's how it's going to be. I don't know any great. You couldn't have took Kobe and put him on any other team and think he's not coming back to LA. When Mike Jordan came back with the Wizards to play the Bulls, he broke ass off. That's just the way it's going to happen. So we can walk around and think maybe in our lives we don't have that same kind of. But we can talk about, we all play sports, and there are people in the comments that play sports. For me personally, I'm older now. I'm 49 years old. It's still tough for me, man, once a week, not having an outlet.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I can go to the gym. I can go for a walk. I can lift some weights. I can physically see if I can do something. I run stairs. I can do anything. It's not the same. That thing doesn't go away. And I could, and in school, I used to want to whoop everybody's ass academically in the classroom. Still ain't the same thing. Don't hit the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I went to grad school like a football player with a helmet on. Like I went to attack classes, get on work. I'm up reading. But when you go to sleep at night and you wake up, it doesn't get down the same way. So what do these guys do who are on the upper echelon of greatness? When the lights start dimming and the curtains start coming together, what do? You pick nights like this.
They stay as close to the game as possible.
That's right. And you pick nights like this to let people know what the deal is.
Exactly. Don't be bad. Don't be bad.
Hey, Big John, you got any predictions on the night? Who's going to have more points? Curry or Klay Thompson?
Curry.
Yep. Who's going to win the game?
Warriors, probably.
Yep. So Klay will probably have a decent night, walk away with a little bit. He can stick his chest out a little bit. Draymond's going to try to test him. He'll probably run through that as hard as he can.
So what you thinking, 25?
What you say, sir?
What you thinking, 25? For
Klay, 25, 27.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking 25.
He already took the first shot. Dallas knows the deal.
Right at Curry.
Hey, Stewart, got one question for you that Big John loves. Who do you think is the best point guard of all time? Do you think it's Magic Johnson? Or do you think it's one Steph Curry?
Listen, I think there was a point in time in which it was Magic.
It was.
I think there is a point that was a point in time, and that point in time wasn't that long ago, honestly. From Magic Johnson is like he's an anomaly, you know what I'm saying? Running point. Even still to this day, even to the point where LeBron was bringing the ball up court, it was nowhere to the close to 50 of what Magic was doing. But yeah, Steph changed the game, changed the way people are playing it in different countries, all over the freaking world. Like, yeah, it's different. It's different. He's the best point guard to ever play the game.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir. I think so as well. What's next for you, sir? What are some? I mean, whatever you want to share. What are some goals you have? What are some things you want to do? What can people find you later when it get great?
Well, I finally came to terms with putting a show for the spring. It'll be my second solo show done. I'm still a football inside, so it's hard for me to get to go, to go artist. I don't know, like you gotta go when you go artist, you gotta go like full artist. Like, you gotta grow your mustache out and get a beret, and you gotta care that much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do a better job of that. Put together my second show here in the spring coming up. I'm still working on the venue and everything like that, but I've decided to put together a body of work for that. I got a post about doing an artist reality TV show as well. So depending on, I guess, what network picked it up with. How that goes. As far outside of that, man, I'm still a working man. My mama told me, work smart, not hard. So until my art gets to the point where, it's my job is supplementing that, and my art isn't supplementing my job, I'll go ahead and do it, be smart, keep my day job.
So now, what months are you thinking about? Now you got me interested in coming to Atlanta.
Hey,
what months are you thinking about for this show?
I'm thinking like March, April-ish, like a true show, because I'm a spring baby. So, spring is new beginnings. For me, it'll have a certain sentimental value to it, because this is me kind of moving forward. Mom passed in March, so I've kind of been dealing with she was like a conduit for me to that creative zone, like that creative, spiritual, creative, you gotta get into, she kind of, I don't know, I kind of shared like a life force with her in that aspect. So with her being gone, I'm still kind of searching for, I guess, that extra oomph of motivation to create. But that's why I picked the spring, for new beginnings,
Understood.
Change, even though it hurts, it's change. So you got to roll with the punches, right? Like you roll with FD.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to roll with it.
You got to roll with it, man.
I lost my mom about 3 years ago. I would love to tell you that it gets easier, man. I'm sorry for your loss. It don't. It just the inspiration comes in waves, though. Right before you came on, I looking for something, getting ready, found some old pictures of me and my mom, and I had to go downstairs to hug my wife and my daughter, and I just needed like a quick little moment, and hadn't thought about it for a couple weeks. Seeing that just brought up a bunch of emotions. So like, you need somebody to scream and yell at, man, hit me up. I'll listen. It's a process.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. It's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation. You be okay, and the next thing you're all over the place. So
what brings me some resolve. Now I know this is not an answer, believe me, is that I think about how much energy, conversations, time my father put into me. My mother too, who was still alive here, where I try to cherish her. Try to make sure I'm doing that. But as a man to man, a man to young guy, growing and developing situation, he poured a lot into a cup, man, that I don't even know if he had to. He wanted to. And my father grew up in a situation where his biological father left early. So he told me many days he used to sit in his room and think about, when I have my children, what I'm going to do with them.
Yeah.
And what somebody who should be here with me doing, they're not doing. So I'm going to do it. So my brother and I were the recipients of that.
Yeah.
This man's loving on us, there all the time. Was in a bad car accident when I was 2. So he was at home all the time. He was a stay-at-home dad. Took me to school every day, picked me up every day. We talked about my day, did a whole bunch of stuff. I tell my girlfriend now, we used to kick it, man, put on James Brown and some other old music, Wilson Pickett, when we were in the house and doing different things. Cook outside on the grill, man. We get out and start rocking the whole block down. That's just what we did. So those are the things. When I think about the time spent and the energy and the conversations that I can look at you two, that your parents poured into you, that's a little bit of my resolve. When I was telling Big John, when I see a picture or there's some memory that comes up that makes me feel a certain way, I know this dude will go through a wall for me right now. So I'm going to try to love on him more. I was just telling my girlfriend, we need to get a picture blown up of him when he graduated high school. He was looking smooth, and put that thing up so I can see him even more. That's what I need to do. It's been 4 years, and it hasn't been easy, bro.
Yeah.
But what has helped me is rolling with FD. He passed away in December 2020. We started rolling with FD in May of 2021.
Wow.
So getting out in the shows at first, talking to people. I've always wanted to have a podcast or a radio show. So the podcast to me is my main love. But I used to work in sales, and I love talking to people, so I get out and try to do that. And but then I was talking to Big John earlier today about the teaching of our young people. So I got children now, and using different aspects of this to teach them different things about how to communicate with people and express themselves and things like that has been tremendous to me.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I've already seen coming out of people. So I'm excited.
Man, honestly, FD, when we met, man, we immediately started chopping it up. Information immediately started to flow. And I could tell that, that was a part of your gift. You know what I'm saying? The way people just, open up to you. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got layers, everybody has petals.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rare that people find solace and comfort in, not necessarily even a stranger, just, somebody who might not be necessarily close to them, but I tell by your energy and your vibes, because I'm a pretty good judge of energy, character and stuff. That's what you bring out in people. That's a gift. And not everybody can make people feel that way, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, cool to you, man.
Thank you.
Amazing.
And I always remember what I'm talking to people about. It's important to me. So the conversation that we had, it's a bunch of stuff about that conversation that I will not forget. If I have a memory,
yeah,
I'm remembering. And you got to think, bro. I told you I was sick the day before.
Yeah.
I show up and I'm like, is this the artist standing next to the painting? That's the first thing I thought when I walked in. I asked Will, this the artist? He was like, yeah. Oh, man, I came around. I wanted to meet you. I wanted to talk to you and talk about the art and learn about you. And I wanted to know that. So I appreciate that, bro.
Look, let me tell you why that's significant, why that makes you even more my boy. Let me tell you why. Because most people come around that corner and they see me standing or sitting next to that work, they think I'm security.
Not 1 minute.
I'm there to keep people's hands off of it. But you came around that corner, you said, is that the artist? And you said, is that security? You said, that's the artist. So I appreciate that, man, a lot.
Oh, yeah. For sure. For sure. Big John, you got any more questions, brother?
So yeah, I got a couple more questions if you got time.
I know
this your first card that you designed?
Say one more time.
Is this your first card you designed, I'm assuming, for a canvas marker?
Mm-hmm.
So are you into cards or collecting?
I had cards actually when I was a kid, when I was a lot younger, like, maybe 9, 10, or 11. I had a bunch of cards. I'm pretty sure like either my mom sold them or they got lost in moves. So I never really got into, I guess, collecting cards. Like I was talking, like I said, when me and first man, he was telling me all these different stories, like kind of how his tier, like how serious he got with cards. He got to the point where he was getting them signed and getting people to put life stories on the stuff and all that. But yeah, man, when I was at that card convention, it was eye-opening, man. Like how big of an industry it is, like how serious people take it, the authority, the grading authority. I didn't even know that there was a grading authority in that, in that space. So it definitely opened my eyes, and I had a bunch of people reach out to me, other card distributors or whatever, reach out to me to do some possible work with them. Of course, I've already been talking with Will about else for Steph. So it wasn't a realm that I was very privy to previous, honestly, but now that I'm here, man,
good. Very good.
That's good. We gotta get you some cards, man, so you can just get into it with us,
Yeah,
So what do you think about people using cards as like art in the sense of it can be an investment or things like that? People do with arts.
No, definitely. I was actually talking to somebody about that. Like, art is so subjective that you can kind of deliver it on any vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And it'll resonate with who it's supposed to resonate. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for instance, you guys, as much as you love cards, art being delivered to you in that form of, that form in that vehicle, it'll resonate with you a lot more. You know what I'm saying? It'll make you pay attention to the artwork, appreciate it, to whatever degree you need to. So that's one thing I've also learned as an artist, that it's important to diversify, how you distribute, you know what I'm saying? How you push your artwork out there and how people are able to see it. You know, how people are able to consume it, how they're able to experience it. So I was talking to Will about that, about putting some pieces on cards. I've actually talked to a couple other people about doing the same. But yeah, man, I want to see how it goes. I mean, honestly, I really don't need to see how it goes. This was kind of a beta testing for me, this whole situation with Steph. Like, I've seen how it goes, and if I can kind of, I guess, more or less, zoom in on my target audience, like who will be viewing these cards? What is the demographic of individual? I think it'll definitely help out.
Oh, I was like, for me, when I came back to the hobby, one of the first cards I seen that wasn't traditional was the Project 2020 cards. I don't know, from Cops. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's kind of this custom art cards that people come from. You know, like there's a lane for it and people love it. Like I said, with Star Wars, the artist proof cards, that's one of the top selling cards, one of the things that people look for and chase.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got a great lane to, you know, see where it takes you.
Yeah. I lost my track quick.
It's gonna come to you.
Repeat what you said.
I said with the art cards and, you know, what you're doing, making cards, you have a great lane to see where it takes you. You know what kind of road it goes down, since it's, you know, non-traditional.
Ooh, I'm getting old. It's gone. It left. It's gone. It left.
Just watching the pops back up. It could be on here later. Oh, damn. So we got Jordan here that says, thanks, Jordan, for being here. I always appreciate your support. Is the stuff you showed at the beginning of the show a card?
Yes. That's what I was gonna say. Thank you, Jordan. You helped me remember it, man. Like that's the I guess that's kind of the only, I won't say drawback, but like as an artist, it takes me a while to paint. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like digitally, I'm not a digital artist, so they it in moments. You know what I'm saying? Digitally, for me as a fine artist, it takes me a lot longer to do a project. But yes, that the Steph Curry piece that we showed in the beginning, it's the actual piece itself is 30 by 40, and they shrunk that down to make his player card the first fine artist player card that they've done.
You know, I kept bugging Will the next day to see if he's going to try to get Steph to sign that.
Man, listen,
and he was saying, I'm going to tell you straight up, Will said, man, this is Stu's work. I really want to keep it Stu's work.
Okay.
I don't want anything overshadowing. I don't want people walking up and just looking at an autograph.
Yeah.
For what this man put down.
That's
a real conversation that happened right there at that show the next day.
He gets it. Artist, you know what I'm saying? Because as an artist, that's something you think about, like celebrity work. Like, is it good work because of the celebrity, or is it good work because of your work? You know what I mean? So you want your work to stand on its own 2 feet. So that's why I appreciate Will. He gets it.
He gets it. Jordan asked the question, you seen the piggy bank sets that are killing the secondary market? You know piggy banks?
Yeah, man, I know piggy banks.
I know you do. Yeah.
Definitely know. I'm trying to get on piggy bank level, man. That's card level design I'm trying to get on. We're gonna get there. It's a little bit of time. That's all I need.
Hey, I want to thank Nate. You know, it's hard for me a lot of times to talk about myself. He says FD comes off as a stand-up honest guy. When I met him, I always try to catch the podcast. That's just how I was raised. I always credit other people for the seed that they planted and watered and watched grow. There are a lot of people. There are older women that's in my family that have now passed. There are a lot of people.
Great guy.
Pivoted and helped shape what I try to do, and that's what I'm on pretty much all the time. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Nate. Appreciate you. So, bro, what you got going on later today and this weekend? What's happening? You're a mobile, bro. Man. What's happening?
Oh man, I was thinking about taking my lady to this little sneaker ball situation I heard about at the museum.
It's a what? What is it?
Sneaker ball.
What is that?
So basically, you get dressed up and you throw in some sneakers.
Yeah, you ain't never been to a sneaker ball?
Come on,
man. Bro, I'm out here in these suburbs, man.
Right on. You get dressed up nice, you best get suited and zooted, and put your best J's on.
That's great,
I
Jay.
would love to go to something like that.
Yeah, man. So I'm thinking about taking my lady to that. We just moved into our new place, so
Congratulations.
we're all undressed. We still undressing the rest of the house. I'll probably do a little bit of that. And honestly, I'll probably start the painting I've been putting off.
Well, can you give us a little hint? Like, what's the theme? What's the painting?
You
may not want to show stuff before it's done. I know how it gets. It's a whole level.
I always get weird about talking about my artwork before it's done, only because I feel like it sounds weirder than it would look when you saw it. Like if you saw it, you'd be like, "Oh, that's dope," but like
Well, you know what we can do? The next time we have you on, then we can reference this if you've already posted it by then or whatever.
Okay, I'll show you guys.
He'll be back, people.
He'll be back.
He will be back.
Oof.
Big John, I've been looking forward to this conversation all day.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, bro.
Like I said, I did my research.
Yeah, super real too.
Freaking camera, it wouldn't let me.
Oh, it's all good.
Let me see. You can see it over my shoulder. There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So it ain't even started yet. That's what it looked like. Next time y'all see it, it'll have some paint on it.
Okay. I appreciate you showing that.
Absolutely, man.
You got a base started.
Huh?
So you got a base started. It can be anything. Now we get to use our imaginations.
There we go. Isn't it? Look, when I get, it's actually a piece kind of old, not necessarily not an ode directly to my mom, but something kind of dressing how. But as artists, honestly, that's your biggest sport is pain. It sounds crazy. It sounds super, movie-ish, but you can create some crap when you got some pain.
Well, bro, you make great pieces of work. What blew me away was the level of detail. And when y'all look at, I just saw one piece in person, but when you look at the Steph piece, the perspiration on his face, the look, the curves of the skin, teeth, beard, whiskers. I mean, just to the gnat's ass on detail. And then you back off of that thing, and the detail kind of subsides a little bit, but it helps shape what is going on. I love art. I love getting into it. I love talking to the artists. Stu, I'm going to be very interested. I'll stay in contact with you about coming down in March, April to help support your show, at least be there.
And I would look down there, FD, man. He coming down. Presidential treatment. You and Big John. Come on.
We're going to get Big John out of Connecticut, man. I haven't met Big John yet in person, and we got to have something where we get a chance to kick
it. Yeah, man.
Together. Hopefully next year I'll travel everywhere I need to travel to.
Yeah, I know. Well, sir, Stu, thank you. Shawn Stewart. People go check him out. Check out his Instagram. Stay in contact with him. Friend him. He's a great artist. I think of him as an even greater person. There's a lot to your onion, bro. There's a lot that's going on. You represent yourself well. I can tell that you got some folks that help raise you because you represent them well.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Trying to honor my ancestors,
Yeah.
Hey Stu, we know you're humble, but we give you your flowers here, man. Your art is great.
Yes,
thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot, man. I can keep creating and that's using this gift to express myself and I guess leave my fingerprint on the earth, you know what I'm saying, before I go.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations on your new address, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Tell your lady that we said what's up, Big John FD.
We'll do. She said FD from the show.
I'm just gonna say I want her to know this. I saw her. Sometimes to my own detriment. I'm kind of old school, and I didn't know exactly who she was. I didn't want to assume who she was. But the next time, let her know that when Big John and I see her, or if I see her, whenever, I'll come up to her and talk to her, show some respect, and have a conversation and kick it with her.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I was like, it's FD from the show. Oh, I bet that's nice.
Yeah, cool people.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me on an amazing platform. I checked out some of your early episodes, man. You guys killing the game.
Thank
FD,
you.
Big
Thank
John.
you.
Now on, so next time you want me on, you let me know.
Oh, we're gonna be coming for you. We got a lot more to talk about. Now, that's all of us. I got two things I want. Let's all of us get off and watch greatness on both sides of the court. Do that thing.
There we go.
Klay Thompson's always gonna get respect from me.
Absolutely.
So, Draymond, Steph. Let's watch them do their thing, and have fun. But before we go, you saw the intro, so I'm gonna need you to say, "Hey Stu, who you rolling with?"
I'm rolling with FD. You already know what time it is, boy.
Man, I appreciate you. And Big. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate y'all, boys.
All right. Talk to you. Big John. That was a great conversation, man. Great conversation.
Yeah, that was good, man. Like, it was very interesting trying to going through the page, getting to know him. His art is amazing, man.
His art is
naturally talent.
Natural talent, and when you stand in front of something, it's like it almost blows you away. You know, it's wow. You do know this game is people are challenging people out here. We'll see what happens.
Draymond already been on the ground.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna try to put play on.
Ooh, FD, man. My second set of grades just popped. And
you want to show or you want to talk about what you got?
I got murdered. Hey.
So you review your own cards, or do you have somebody else review them?
I review my own cards.
I thought
it can't be that. Usually not bad. Like I usually run about 65%. But I'll share it real quick. Can you see it?
Yeah. You didn't get murdered.
Murdered. 110.
What's the 6? 99 upper deck MVP. Draw your own tradition.
Draw your own Jordan. It's a draw your own Jordan card. Picked up at the show.
John Morant Silver Laser PSA 10.
That's my only 10. And I just knew the bottom 4, the bottom 5 is usually where I put my 10s, things I think will be 10. That's the last cards I look at.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean I wasn't far off from getting 9s. But to me, when I see all the the middle cards, the 8, 6, 8, 6, 5, I didn't expect that low, but I expect those to be 9s. So that's why I put them in the middle when I'm setting them out. If I don't know, let's use the top couple cards. But the middle, I'll try to put things on me 9 and finish with 10. Try to use a little psychology when I do it. That people will, they're gonna grade and all right, this ain't that bad. Some reference. I never assumed the very first card was gonna be a 10, but usually I'm 7 out of 13, 8 out of 13 for 10s.
Hey, the one that has N9 not graded. What's up?
That is a printing plate. So I guess they don't grade printing plates. I don't know. It's a Patrick Williams yellow printing plate from. Who is it from? Let me see.
Oh, bro, I thought I've seen it.
Flawless. Yeah, it's a flawless dual patches printing plate, and they didn't grade it.
Is this PSA?
Yeah, PSA.
Hold on.
I don't know. I gotta ask them. I'll send a message to
brother.
PC Sports to get an answer.
Yeah, they do printing plates, bro.
I thought they did.
Yeah, let's pull some up on eBay.
So I don't know what was wrong with that one.
When you get stuff like that, the back, do you resubmit it?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Because right now I got about 12 cards on eBay now with them. So they'll grade and get my bill down. Then I'll see where I'm at after that.
Okay.
I just end up. Usually, I do well enough where my cards I sell, they make up for.
Yeah, you told me.
My bill is paid. I usually don't have to come out of pocket with anything. But with this one, I guess I'm going to come out a couple of dollars out of pocket, or I'll probably end up looking what I got, sending them some stuff to sell. what I pick up from the show. If I get some good deals, send it to them. So,
what kind of stuff are you putting away that you know I'm not selling?
All my PC stuff, like my Kobe Whites, some of my wrestling PC stuff, I'm putting that away. Because I don't know what. And we're gonna probably get this in a couple shows, like what my plan is for next year. And I'm still putting together on what the cars I'm going for.
Yeah, I'm still thinking of my plan. Right now, around Steph Curry and more Steph Curry. Like, I don't even think I'm really trying to venture all too far into Shea stuff. Last year, I bought probably about 5 or 6 Shea cards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how deep I'm going to get into that. I think at this point, he has to show me, well, we're going to get to the playoffs and we're going to win a championship.
I honestly think I might broaden who I PC for wrestling. I think about getting some Roman Reigns stuff. Like, I've been doing a lot of research with like what these whatnot breaks and these Fanatics Live breaks go for the new WWE product. And just looking at last year's singles and see what they sell for. And it's like, it's not worth it. I'm saying like Roman Reigns spots go for 150, 200, and anything that's less than a 10, non-auto, you don't get nowhere close to that value, raw or graded. So it's just like, risk reward type thing. Just kind of look like, where am I spending my money? What am I putting my money into?
Mm-hmm.
And that slow research, like everybody's just going out because putting money into the hot product, the new product. I'm like, it's a lot of people losing money.
Got a question for you. This first time access, we might even make this a clip. Do you think people are panicking because of Fanatics' financial position and what they project the company going? And I asked that because Fanatics went out and purchased all their other business. They purchased the licenses to sports car brands. Now, we've seen, this is no knock against Fanatic. I don't want anybody to think I'm knocking Fanatics. Even if you do think that, not doing it. I'm just stating the facts. Fanatics is putting out cards with the same artwork as early 2000s because they own it. Where's the R&D? Are people worried about this, Big John, while they're talking about what Wimby's they're about to buy and what other cars that Topps is putting out with no license right now? We don't know what licenses is coming and what they're going to look like. Maybe they're putting R&D into what that stuff is going to look like. What are your thoughts?
I don't think anybody's worried about it because, like, regular people like me and you, like, I'm not worried about what they gonna do or them not much because I'm not spending that type of money where it matters.
Mm-hmm.
And the 1% that's spending that type of money want to be in Fanatics' good graces, so they can continue spending that type of money.
You're absolutely right.
Like so even then people who are getting the product are not that critical of Fanatics because they want to stand against. Like, there's a fine line where you can be a breaker with a podcast and you can constructively criticize Fanatics without it affecting what you get from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we know that the leaders of Fanatics, they look at what you tag them in. They see everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure by now they have a group of people that are researching that. It's a team.
Yeah, they like when I had my issue with Fanatics Live went over. When I tagged Mike Mahan, I immediately got it resolved. Within 48 hours, it was resolved.
Yeah,
like they see everything. So if you're saying something negative, somebody's gonna clip it and tag it and put it on Twitter and X that FD and Big John said bad things about Fanatics, and now we got a shot. Oh yeah, cut the allocation.
Yep.
So, and there are podcast people who do a great job of walking that thin line, but they acknowledge, hey, I got to walk a line. You have the people who are always negative, who don't have to worry about getting allocation, that they can say what's on their mind freely.
Yeah.
But because there's no flip side of it, what they say don't hold the same type of weight. So that's the problem with a potential monopoly. Like you can't. It's a dictatorship in a sense that, hey, you can't really go against it without there being some ramifications.
Sure.
But as far as them losing money, I don't think anybody's worried when they have the licenses for the next 20 years. I don't think anybody look at that fact. Look at how big the company is, and it's hard for me to worry about where they're going. Maybe year 5, maybe year 10, if things is rocky, then we start to worry. But year 2, this is like technically going on year 2 now. You can't really worry because they haven't started. Like unlicensed product is unlicensed, and they put out what they can because they own it. But now, 2020 next year when they own basketball, you got that when they own football. What do they put out? Because the Topps product is still a good product, right? And they've cut out products from Topps from baseball. They cut out old baseball. Cosmic still looks good. Triple Thread still looks good. Series 1, Series 2, they've all had good marketing behind those products. So, we talk about the event space and how, they, everything, they're reevaluating how they do event space. And I had a feeling that was going to happen because when they were talking about, hey, this is we know this is a loss leader. It's only so many things you can know as a loss leader and say it's acceptable until you actually see how much the loss you took.
And it's also a publicly traded company.
Mm-hmm.
We have financial information coming out, and your business is down. I don't know if you're throwing loss leader projects out there.
Right.
Yeah. So
actually,
after I saw New York,
mm-hmm.
I didn't know how many more of these we're going to see in the next quarter to 6 months. People might be taking every. Hey, I work in retail. Big John works in retail. We do A/B tests all the time, and we look at what are returns on certain things we want to do, and do we want to do it again, and when do we want to do it? And maybe they're taking in the information and still doing analysis on some stuff that they saw. I'm pretty sure there were a lot of data points picked up in that show that they're going to use to refine what they want to do. So it's all good. I mean, I don't panic. I like to let people show themselves and then see what's going on. I knew they would. I felt strongly they would bring out cards before their license took place. To again, you want to pick up some data. You want to find out who's buying this and at what price point, and what feedback are we getting if we raise or lower, and can we create some drive, some demand if we come out at a low price and then increase that price? Are there some upfront orders? Are those things going to increase? There's a bunch of things you could get out of this. I'm pretty sure Jeff Wilson is down in Atlanta learning data and finding out different things about his store. I'm pretty sure when Burbank opens, I went by there. I got to post some pictures. I went by there a couple of weeks ago. I went by the current location. I went by the new location under construction. It's phenomenal, Big John.
Phenomenal?
Yeah, phenomenal. Big, 14,000 square feet. Big. It looked like it used to be a CVS or something with a corner entry, something like that. So when that place opens and the first person walk in, that's the first data point. And there will be more. This is not the LCS of old where, the owner's standing back there believing they thought something they saw somebody do. This is about actually getting the data and finding out what's going on and allowing that data to drive what you're about to do, what decisions you're going to make, and then retest and go again. So it's more is coming. I still believe that there are $500,000 to $1 million cars out there in the future and lower that won't be the top player that's drafted, that scores 20 points a game in basketball. It won't be the top rusher. It won't be like Brock Purdy's the 199th quarterback. There'll be more stories to success, just like we've seen in the past. And that will lead to cars of value.
I find it very interesting in a good way with Burbank, how they're evolving, right? Mm-hmm. Because Rob, from everything I've seen him publicly say, is a singles guy. We go out singles, we don't do breaks, and now we're doing breaks, and not even being cynical. That shows some evolving in your thought process and where the business is going as a whole. Because you can get a person like that who's very successful doing what he does to adapt and change what he does. That's a signal that, hey, breaking may be even bigger because you're getting the biggest seller of singles that we know of.
At the end of the day, Big John, I'm competitive. Man, you're competitive. There's a lot of competitive people out here. You see a guy open a shop in Atlanta, and you think we ain't gonna start doing stuff in LA?
Yeah, no, and again, I'm sure if Jeff was as smart as we think, or he showed himself to be, he reached out to Rob and picked his brain.
Yeah, that's
so
what it is.
there was. So again, like I said, you have other people spin it and say, "Oh, he's changing and he's going against what he said," and I'll take a stand from that. You gotta adapt. This is retail's adapt or die.
Hey, on a small level, we started rolling with FD. I've been collecting for years. I never sold a card. I used to say this in content all the time. I haven't sold a card. Then I sat down and started thinking about, I should use some cards in my PC that I don't project the return on them being what I want to go out and buy some stuff that maybe I want. So let me start doing that. Let me travel a little bit and find out. Like I went to Atlanta, went to Jeff's shop. Let me try to find out what some of these retail stores are doing. Like what's coming.
I just hate it. I just hate how you're going to have people latch on to things and be negative. And when, again, you're running a business, you have to change as the time changes. Retail is adapt or die. You look at the malls, you look at Blockbuster.
You know malls are done, right?
Right.
I told my kids, malls are done. They don't want to believe it. Malls are done.
Yeah, they won't be going to a mall. You already don't go to a mall like we went to a mall.
And when they have children, hopefully 25 plus years from now, but when they have children, there won't be a mall.
No.
There's no toys.
Might not even be shopping centers. Might just be a grocery store. That's it.
And this new generation, younger generation, may think if the quality is high, I can just order my groceries and never pick them out myself.
Yeah,
we already have the cart and other stuff. So why can't I do that? My time is
especially if you're not buying like produce or meat.
Yeah,
you can make a Costco order and just go sit in your car. They bring it to your car. You ain't got to sell it to your car.
Veganism is growing every day, Big John. So
yeah,
nobody worry about that meat. I just need my celery and my tomatoes.
So it's a very interesting time, and like we say, right? We don't dwell on negative stuff. We just aware of it.
Yes,
like I'm aware.
I think people don't realize that. Like when we first started, people would say all the time, and I've told Big John this. FD, why you always talk about the positive? Like, no, I just talk about what I do, what I actually do. But I'm aware of everything.
Yeah,
I'm on social media hours per day. I'm aware of everything that goes down. Everything somebody's talking about, high, low, in between, what mid, whatever the term is today. I'm pretty much aware of it. What am I about to start talking about? There's some things I think that are potentially negative based in sports that I don't harp on. No, I don't harp on. If there's a guy or girl beating their significant other, I don't harp on that. I don't drive that into the ground. I don't try to defame anybody involved in that. I'm aware of it. It's going to help me. So my first thought was, let me show some of the stuff that I look at even before I start making content. When I started thinking about making a purchase in the hobby, what are all the information pieces that I funnel through to come out Steph Curry? I want to start showing that. What are all the things I look at? What is everything from Shams and everybody else that I look at? What is something I learned in a post-game, pre-game interview that I want to share? whatever it may be, just about that athlete, about the organization, whatever it may be. So I try to keep my mind and my eyes on a whole bunch of stuff that allows me to make decisions. And I don't know why anybody would not want to do that.
Yeah, when it comes to like the actual sport, I don't just listen to ESPN. Like I'll be at. Well, I'm on vacation. Like, I've been listening to Dominique Foxworthy, looking at Brian Windhorst's podcast, and getting this other information that you don't get when they on TV because they can't talk about it.
Yes,
you know, and you get the direction like, okay, what's actually going on? Like, what do these insiders actually know? Because they tell them.
John, data shows that private YouTube news channels are growing at a much faster clip than your ABC, NBC, CNN.
Mm-hmm.
So how people get their information and the unbiased straightforwardness of it is what people like. When you watch the Food Network, a lot of these chefs show more of the YouTube, the smartphone angle of video than they do a studio camera. That's because people want to feel like they're standing there. So a lot of stuff has changed. Let's go back to Jordan's comment. Jordan, I want you to think holistically and about a bunch of stuff. Dallas just made a comeback. Your boy Clayton's hit a shot. Jordan says, no, there will still be some storefronts, major malls because of tourists. Just understand, Jordan, everything is changing. The tourists themselves, their mindset is changing. There are different trends all over the place. So don't hold on. Please don't. I'm going to talk to you, Jordan. Don't hold on to anything that you think is near and dear.
Jordan, most malls aren't even 50% full.
Oh, and I'm in nice neighborhoods, and most of these stores, I would say if you're walking, the other day I was in a very nice mall in a well-off area, and there were probably 5 closed stores that are not stores where retail is coming in. Those locations are closed.
And then with malls, you have to realize one thing, right? Malls have to have an anchor store that are going to bring people in, whether it's the JCPenney, the Sears. If your mall doesn't have an anchor store, Macy's, if your mall doesn't have an anchor store, your mall is dead.
Dead.
Right. And you look at these major retailers who are closing stores. Malls have the highest rent on average. And if you're most malls, at least when I worked in the mall, like I worked in the mall in college and when in adulthood, your rent is very low. And then in Christmas time, when it becomes based off your foot traffic, and you're paying rent on transactions that you do, not necessarily on square footage. So like malls, that's how malls traditionally have made their money and stayed in business. That's how, and there's only like 2 major companies that own all the malls. It's not like,
Yeah, 2. We got Nate saying, look at Costco. That's how things would be. I'm assuming you're saying everything under one roof.
Yep.
I can see that. Jordan says, yeah, I'm just saying the major places will not close. They're going to close.
Major cities don't need a mall for tourism.
No.
They have Beverly Hills. They have Magnificent Mile. They have Fifth Avenue.
And you got to think about it also. I was just talking to a person yesterday from St. Louis. I used to live in St. Louis. And I was asking them around the baseball stadium what's going on. Like what bars and restaurants are still hot and happening, from what I remember. Some of them are still there. But all these stadiums now are building their own mall around the stadium. They're building their own go-to places, family hangouts. If some people want to go to the game, other people out here. A lot of this stuff is going to replace what we traditionally think of things. Beverly Hills has a mall. I guess you could consider that a mall. That also will be changing, Jordan. Everything around you, Jordan, is changing. You can fight and try to hold on. Everything around you is changing. It's a new day. As we sit here and we're on a keyboard, more people every year, especially we're approaching Black Friday, will be in front of a computer on Black Friday, not Cyber Monday, than being in a store. Just think about Black Friday years ago. Nate, even my company, we order our work boots through what? This is what I'm talking about. And a lot of companies give you deals. They incentivize you to go to the website. They don't want to see you because we got the freight of shipping to the store. Does the customer want it? Does somebody take something out of the box? Does this or that happen? They don't have to worry about that when Amazon drops your stuff off. UPS drops your stuff off. And you got to think about the return is now on you, not on anybody else. Nobody has to process your return. You're doing that yourself. So the economy of scales and the costs are just being driven down because a lot of the ownership is taken on by the customer. We can go on all that, but I want to let Jordan know that everything around you. This is why Walmart went into cities with the neighborhood Walmart. Everything is changing, people. Well, we'll see. I think a lot of things will change. I worked at Best Buy season. Don't forget, Circuit City is closed. I went into a Best Buy about 6 weeks ago. Best Buy is a struggle. Big John, what's the last time you been to Best Buy?
Oh no, Best Buy's struggling.
Let's struggle.
So look at this, Jordan. Right? So this is what the Chicago White Sox are planning to do in Chicago.
Also, show them when we get through with this. You show your pictures. Show them what the Bulls are about to do.
Yeah, same thing. When it comes in conjunction with the Bulls, same owner. This is the soft loop. It's called the Project 78. They want to build the stadium with housing and front-facing shopping right there.
Now, this is everything
that's your tourism right there. Come see the stadium where you can host concerts and the circus and this and that outside of season, and then you can do all your shopping and you can do all your thing. And major cities like Boston, like LA, Chicago, New York, they have this in
just
place.
Think about what Las Vegas is doing. I was just there. They're building the A's stadium right there. They have basketball.
Milwaukee
right football
was the first basketball team to really do this. And that's how Milwaukee has so much money as an organization, because they built around the stadium. That's the same reason why Mark Cuban said, hey, I sold the team because I don't know anything about real estate.
There you go.
I don't know. Everybody wants to build around the stadium. Instead of me hiring anybody, I'll sell and let somebody else do it.
So Jordan was going to say, it's going to change as much as we think.
So,
and it's not just shrinking. There will be Best Buy stores closing. Just from my view of what the hell the store looks like. You got giant, and this is not around. I went in September. Mm-hmm. You have giant screen TVs just sitting in open space. I actually saw toys in 4, 8, 12, in 32 feet of space. I saw toys at Best Buy.
Yep.
Now you telling me that's not just taking dead space and saying, hey, well, what can we do with this? Let's scramble them up.
Retailers are doing whatever they can to get foot traffic. And then what they want is that once you get foot traffic, the employees, you to convert them into buyers and sellers for your business. And you try to figure out, how can I get somebody who had no idea they can come here to come in here? Yeah. And, hey, John, you got to sell them something once they get to the door.
Yeah, and if Steve has a child when he comes in, that child is not picking up the Tyrannosaurus Rex dinosaur from Best Buy.
Joy, we're not arguing with you, man. I know you understand. We just saying, like, it's just change. Everything's changing, but it's because the way we shop change, right?
Let me just ask you this. Okay, I'm gonna bring it real home. Have car shows changed in the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Right?
They've changed
completely.
Mm-hmm.
Completely. What's sold at what price point out of $1 being or where? You go to a show, you have a card over $1,000. Good luck moving that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is changing, people. The platform that we're on right now, the screens that we're on, everything, in 5 years, it won't look like this. I remember I bought a computer 20 years ago, laptop. I put a bunch of bells and whistles on it. The computer cost a whole bunch of money. All this stuff is standard now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is changing. You go to these stadiums, the concession stands are now with it. You're not standing in lines. It's not the old way. Oh, this is how it is when I come to the stadium.
Oh, Luka just took an elbow to the face from his own teammate.
Yeah, he'll be okay. I see him. Get up, Luka.
Will he? You know, this new NBA, he might be out for 3 games.
Well, that was Steph making them look like they both running into each other chasing greatness. Mm-hmm. That's why. Come on, Luka. I appreciate Luka. I like what he brings to the game.
Luka tough, but it's, you know.
What I do love is the different kind of conversations that we have up in here. He looked like he may have split his lip a little bit. Definitely that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're up by 9.
Yeah, you do see Lex Parks now. And there are certain areas that if you want to build, you better guarantee how many trees you're about to plant. This is what it is. Nate, where do you live? Have 4 about me. No, I'm seeing Les Parks. Jordan, where are you? That's the question. Where's Jordan kicking it? This game has shifted, Big John.
It shifted.
You think it's going to last?
Nah. Everybody makes a run.
Jordan,
I would worry if they get over 20.
Jordan, you're in Temecula, bro. Come on, Jordan. You're in Temecula.
I'm really upset about these grades, man. Oof.
Yeah, it's just,
it is what it is.
I feel it, though. I've seen some stuff here and got wrecked. I get it.
I mean, so my process.
Will you crack any of those out with lower grades than you expected and send it somewhere else?
Nope. I'm not paying for it twice.
Okay.
Like it is what it is. So they'll go. I'll learn my lesson and continue with it.
All right. I can't wait to walk the show with you.
I don't know what I did. I'm more mad because I don't know what I did wrong. I don't. Besides, like, no, I went there with a microfiber towel.
Yeah, could it be
to the magnifier?
On the skirts going on?
Mm-hmm. It could be.
You know, it trips me out that Dinwiddie is with Dallas.
Oh, because
didn't he come from Dallas?
He came from Dallas originally. Then started in Detroit.
Yeah,
because he didn't play. Then he went to Dallas.
Yeah,
I want to say.
Was he in Brooklyn?
I don't know where.
Oh, yeah.
So, because Brooklyn is winning, they're talking about trading people because they're in front of.
I want to see who's that center power forward. What's that guy's name?
Don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Oh man, I like his game. He's a defensive player. Claxton.
Oh, Claxton.
Yeah. I would like to see him someplace else. I like his game.
Ooh, that was dangerous.
Oh, it's dangerous to lively.
Mm-hmm. That was. Oof.
Did Draymond throw something?
No.
He threw that knee. He threw that right knee. Draymond does things, bro. The other day when he hit old boy across the head, he still hasn't been fine.
No.
He does stuff, right? Little scrappy cat.
So Jordan, why wouldn't I send him? The simple answer is I send him the PSA first. If you know, I'm gonna send him there who's supposed to be the leading, you know, for Martin, leading grader, top grader. Why I'm going to waste my time sending them to another company? And
many people have this philosophy.
Yeah. The stuff that got got 9s, if I send it back and it doesn't get a 10, I just pay twice for grade. And PSA 9s are, if it's not low number, PSA 9s aren't. There's no premium on it, so I'm just going back in the hole. There's no, if it was, a $20,000 card and it came with 40,000. Now I track that. If it was $100 card, as a PSA 9, then $1,000 card as a PSA 10, then yeah, that's worth it. But those cards, at most they got a PSA 10. I'm looking at $75 to $150, if that, depending on the card. That's not worth the risk of cracking them, sending them back, waiting another 2 months. Like, the beauty about this whole consignment order is that they got the PSA on November 23rd, and there was the grades popped today. Everything that I sent for consignment will be on eBay by the end of the week.
Hold on.
The next week.
Man, they got there by October 23rd to be graded.
9/23 to be graded.
Like to be 9/23 to be like received.
To receive that PSA.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Because I got some stuff I want to send in a few months, and I'm thinking about timelines. Okay.
Well, let me go. That's a good question, Jordan. Let me go back and look.
What do you say? Is the set grading high in 10s? Or a little more 9s? It's a great question.
That's a great question. I appreciate it. So here's the thing with this stuff is more, I don't know, because it's not wrestling. It's just basically some Angel Reese's, some Wimbies. Like the Wimbies would be worth regrading because that's a big premium from a 9 to a 10. But that's just it's a basic mosaic. So I don't know.
FD PSA they running daily specials. Are you
watching?
Thank you for that. I did not know that. Thank you for that.
One thing in this is a little R&D for me as well, Jordan. Like I can tell you right now, you can see this Prism WWE. They grade. They don't grade 10s well in Prism. To the flip side, Select WWE does grade a little more favorably for PSA 10s. So again, all this is, we talk about gathering information. So I just gathered more information. I don't like the information, but it helped me narrow down my focus, right?
Oh yeah.
I might have to go and say, hey, maybe send this to a Nash card or somebody to get them to look at, or probably take them to
oh yeah.
I mean, Brendan, you should know typos are expected even when I'm talking.
Well, Brendan, let me just say this: if I'm typing and I'm looking at greatness, anything, man, A may become an O.
Ooh.
6-point game, 21 seconds left before halftime.
4-point game.
So you're ahead of me.
I was Curry just.
Oh, I see him developing. Clay on him. Excuse me, sir. Woo! You say he did Clay? You say he did Clay? With the rainbow. Come on, Clay, don't run out here, bro. You know what the LL is. You saw this for 13 years. You know they're coming at each other, Big John.
Yeah.
Big John,
Clay came in first game.
The Bulls, and I'm still with the Bulls, and you went to Detroit and started talking about who Isaiah Thomas is now, bro. When you get the rock, I'm digging you up. At least I'm gonna try. Steph got 14 at the half.
Yep, 4-point game.
Can't wait to see second. Luka knew that 3 wasn't gonna work. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You know we're gonna push. They pushed him 2 feet out beyond his spot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has range. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm gonna become a Luka fanboy this year.
Let's see what we got. Jordan, so he had a Cody Rhodes auto. That's nice, and a wide zebra. That's some good stuff.
Big John has me working on my wrestling knowledge and game. I gave him a game up. Gotta get a card at some point.
So, Cody Rhodes is current champ, face of the company right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bray Wyatt is an immensely talented guy that passed too soon. So very great character. My thing with Select is that it's 300 names, and just like there are people who only have one card, and everybody doesn't have an auto.
Man, I didn't know there was people in wrestling, even in the history of wrestling.
And there's only people who only have like a base. My favorite wrestler that I'm collecting only has a base card in the set. I'm not gonna go in a break and pay $10 to get nothing when I can just buy the base card. Like, and that's what we talk about. More people got to do like research and before you buy into a break or and see what's actually out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because in every other 40, 50 cards. So.
Well, Big John, I don't want to keep you all night, man. I could.
Hey, listen, you gotta go with your family. I'm going to be up because I'm on vacation.
Oh, really? What are you off tomorrow?
Yep, off all week.
My man, you said this was coming up. Talk about that. I put in vacation for Halloween. Took those days. Put in vacation for Thanksgiving. Put in vacation for Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever you want to celebrate. I'm celebrating. I put in vacation for New Year's. Sent an email to somebody about Juneteenth. Trying to do my due diligence, and then I want to take off King's holiday, taking days.
Taking days. I don't work New Year's Eve, New Year's Day anymore.
No, I don't want to do that either. No. I used to take off between Christmas and New Year's. Come on.
I explained it to my team that listen, I usually work 6 days a week for the most part, and lately I've been working way more than that. So I'm gonna end up working over 300 days, and everybody else on average, gonna work 260 with the days off they get and taking their vacation time. So like I just don't end my year or start my year at work. I don't need that stress in my life.
With you on that. Mm-hmm. Well, you put the time in, so.
Mm-hmm. When I spend something like that, they're like, "Okay, I understand. That makes sense. You're right. You are here all the time." I'm like, yeah, exactly.
I think I missed something while I was on here. So there was a play where Clay comes down, posts up Steph in the post, makes a move to the basket. Steph strips the ball from him, goes down, hits a three. Then there was a play where Clay comes down and Clay hit a three, and Steph shook his head. These boys know what's up, man. Mm-hmm. They know what's up. Like I said, this ain't about them. I heard that Klay Thompson asked Steph to not speak up for him to stay on his team.
Yep.
That's what it's not about them.
Nope.
And they're big enough. I'm glad that they're big enough. They're old enough, grown enough, paid enough to understand what the real deal is. This is not about Steph and you know you would tear down the Splash Brothers. How you would tear down the Splash Brothers if they were talking bad about each other. Nobody wants to see that. These young men are legends.
I think, like I told you, if they were going to break it up, this is the best time to break it up. Right? Clay's gone. Break it up and start anew. You have.
Hold up. Start a new what?
Huh?
You said start a new what?
If you were going to break it all up and start over, say, hey, this window's closed.
Okay.
Not signing Clay was the first domino to breaking it all up.
Okay.
And you can get a premium for Steph still. You can get a good haul for Draymond, right? So if you're gonna break it up and say, hey, our window's closed, this is the best time. But to Dunleavy's credit, and like don't clip this because I'm not gonna give him credit no more. He's done a good job building a team that can be a high playoff seed and a potential, champion. Like,
let me ask you a question. Do you think Bob Myers was secretly involved in what's going on? You think he was a consultant?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure
I know Bob Myers.
Let me have a conversation.
I know Bob Myers loves Draymond.
Yeah. Really loves Draymond.
That was proven with the whole Katie situation when they didn't force Draymond to apologize.
Let me ask you this. Well, how are you going to force a grown man to apologize? If you call me into a room with someone else, right, that may hustle, right, and you say, FD, I need you to apologize. You know I'm not apologizing.
No. Well, again, it's the person's level of conviction, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can get grown man to apologize. You also can't get an adult who's firmly in their beliefs to apologize.
As we say, 10 toes down.
Mm-hmm. My wife tells me all the time, I'm stubborn. Like, if I don't think I'm wrong, I'm not apologizing. That's just me.
Neither am I.
If I think I'm wrong, I'm apologizing.
I'll say, that's my bad. I was wrong. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But with direct eye contact. Mm-hmm. Yes, I was. But if I'm not, I need more than lip service to let me know that I am.
My daughter the same way. And this one, she's mad at me saying, I'm not apologizing. I don't mean it. So you gonna make me apologize or don't mean it? I'm like, no, you don't mean it, don't apologize.
Mm-hmm.
A couple hours later, okay, I'm sorry and I mean it. Okay, yeah. So she's just like me. You can't make me say something I don't mean.
That's right. Got two questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Giannis from?
That's tough because trading Giannis ain't as easy as people think.
It can get easy. It can get easier someplace.
So what I'm learning from listening again to win her spot is that this second apron makes it hard for them to do moves. And
second apron, talk to me.
The second apron from the salary cap. They're in the second apron.
Okay.
And that second apron, you can't. There's a lot of restrictions against it. You can't take on money. You can't, trade this many draft picks out. Like, it's a lot of restrictions on that second apron.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they trade Giannis, it's really going to depend on how much money they have to pay and they take it back in, because the money has to match because they're already over the second apron.
Okay. But
So
Windhorst knows that Giannis is about to put on some stepping shoes.
Yeah.
So where is he going?
Somebody
going to put on the apron. Yeah, somebody's going. He's going somewhere.
Who can afford him?
And he's not going somewhere where he's going to lose.
No.
And he will go somewhere that may pay his brother to be in the front office.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny enough, I gave the Nasty's Minimum team a bunch of crap. But if you let NBA players who've been on his teammates tell him, Giannis is a better player when his brother's around him. He's a family man.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. He acts like that. Yeah, he needs somebody in his head. He needs somebody in his ass. Yeah.
And even though he's playing decent, that locker room chemistry aspect may be what they're missing. They might need to put him back on the bench.
Maybe in the interim, maybe to make Giannis happy. But we all knew that when Dame showed up, he doesn't play defense, and this is not going to go well. When he got out of the limousine and he walked up, wasn't going to go well.
Middleton is hurt. Lopez is old, and they're both already paid. Dame not playing defense, and Dame having very bad off shooting nights. You know, Giannis unhappy.
Those because Doc is asking him to play defense.
Is Doc asking him to play defense? Because this is Doc we talking about.
And Doc is also the man who asked James Harden to be a point guard. So I'm pretty sure he's asking him to play defense.
I just don't believe in Doc's coaching.
No, I don't either. He's a man who won a championship and still riding that wave.
Like I with how much they lost since he's been in charge, I believe he snaked his way into this job.
I wonder how though. I wonder why my man got fired.
Listen, he got our boy Gilbert say he got great relationships, and if it's going bad, he gonna use those relationships to get another job. He's got great relationships with people.
Who, Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when is Griffith gonna coach again?
Mm-hmm. Who?
Hold on one second. I'm gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play.
How long is the rope that Chauncey has in Portland?
He must have a lot. He's starting to call players out.
Mm-hmm.
Must have a lot.
It's just funny how these star players leave and get happy when they get a new coach.
Yeah, Big John, this is when everything was over. It was over, bro. As soon as he stepped out with his baby in the room, who baby? This ain't gonna work. I was on the phone with a friend watching me, saying how this is not gonna work. You think those same people are cheering? The bomb beating person.
Same time.
What's that say you heard that? What's that say you heard Dane?
You heard it all year.
When's the last time you seen a bro tap his watch? I haven't seen him.
He's having a hard time adjusting being a number two.
Dude, he doesn't play defense, man. So he can't do what they need him to do. And then you got what's the small forward? He's never gonna be the same again. Middleton. Again.
Yeah, but you look at Kyrie, who doesn't play defense either for real. He still adjusted to being number two.
No, he really hasn't adjusted when he's hurt and not mobile. He played well in the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, Kyrie is a liability on the court, just like Dame is. If Dame's not shooting well and he's not playing defense, what's going down? Giannis is upset. Giannis is frustrated. It's just like Anthony Edwards. Watch this play out, sir. We've talked about this. I'm going to go real quick. Drew Holiday left. More was put on Giannis' shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
What a night. He was like, man, I'm about to play with a good guard. Dame is not. Is Dame top 15, 20 point guard all time?
It's not looking like it right now.
Ooh, sir. So now you take Cat away. Two sides. New York is asking him to be the stop defender in the paint. He doesn't play that type of ball. We see what kind of numbers he's putting.
Mm-hmm.
Flip side, Minnesota's going to ask Ant-Man to come out here and bust these nets and score these points because we got to win. That's not
and defend.
And defend. And more is on McDaniels.
And they're still taking Rudy Gobert out of the game on defense in the fourth quarter.
They have to because he can't move his feet.
Mm-hmm.
And his vertical is not that great. You can't just throw him alley-oop and know he's going to go get it. So both of these teams are about to expose themselves only because Minnesota, people were making too much money. And they had to move somebody.
Mm-hmm. It was Cat. But this goes back to Minnesota goes back to when Jimmy Butler said, pay me. And everyone's like, well, no, it's Cat's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but you can't win without me. Pay me, but being his turn. And then with Milwaukee, letting Pat Beverly go and not having a defensive guard on your roster
agree.
is bad. Like, say what you want about Patrick Beverly. He's a pass.
I can say some things, but go ahead.
Yeah,
I can say some things about Pat
it's
Beverly.
good back. He plays defense and he gonna stand on whatever he got to say. So
First he's gonna stand on what he got to say.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna play defense. Yes.
But and again, but also having somebody who is already bought into what Doc is trying to do.
I agree.
Like there's just some you gotta think. Dan gets traded there, and then the coach gets fired in the middle of the season. So you're working on two different transitions in 1 year. And you still ain't got neither one of them right yet at the beginning of this year. So I think small moves that were made for Milwaukee, you see the ramifications of that.
So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna give you a hint. Giannis is going to Western Conference.
Yeah, they're not gonna trade him to the East.
No, and he's gonna go to a contender in the West that fits the way he plays basketball.
Do you want to win the Warriors?
There's only a few teams that fit the bill. There's only a few teams in the West that where he can play his style of basketball and complement other people. And Golden State's one of them. How many championships is that team gonna win? You got Draymond at the 4. You got Giannis at the 5. You got Steph. How many championships, Big John?
I don't.
It's coming.
It sounds good on
paper. When we just told Jordan change is coming. The retail space is gonna be different. Somebody's getting to number 5. And that's why they haven't been complaining all off season. Because they already know what's about to happen. Somebody may get number 6.
Okay, so who else can you go to, right? You're not going to go to Phoenix. No room in Denver. No room in LA.
Won't be in Dallas.
Won't be Dallas. No room in Dallas. Dallas can't make
Dallas is the only team, to be fair. Dallas is one of those teams that he could fit with.
Yeah, but they don't have – I don't think they have the draft picks or the players to facilitate that trade.
No, because once you get past the big 3, when I'm putting Clay in there, who's Milwaukee gonna pick up?
Right.
And what's cool about Golden State is that you have a guy named Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah, we didn't sign him to a long-term contract for a reason because they want to move. I think he's bumped his head on the ceiling. Some people don't think that. We'll see. But if Kuminga goes somewhere with some other people, Brandon Paczynski, with some other pieces, that's nice little thing.
Especially he's expendable with the way Wiggs is playing.
Yep, and Wiggs is stepping up. Game beside 63 with 10:46 in the third quarter. People,
I mean, he could trade him to New Orleans.
You want to go somewhere where you know you're not winning, and the guy who's there, who's supposed to be the guy, he tears every hamstring he has every year. You want to do that? Because nobody's picking up Zion in the trade.
No,
don't fool yourself.
I'm just trying to see who has players and draft picks to give. He's not going to OKC.
Nope.
Because I'm asking for the moon.
Yep.
From Milwaukee because I know they have it.
I'm gonna liquidate this young team.
Yeah. This is going to be the Herschel Walker trade for OKC because they have too many draft picks and too many young players. So they're going to have to move one or the other.
Dude, Klay Thompson just shot a 3 off glass above the square. Above the square. It's going down tonight, people.
It's a back and forth game.
Dallas can't hit anything right now.
Neither can.
I love the way they got Klay on Steph. I'm loving this. Let's not ignore it. Let's come to it. But they can't hit it. Yeah, nobody can hit anything.
Nobody can hit it.
We have too much emotion.
Draymond has to take a shot.
He will. It's coming. Wiggs? Off glass file.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby. I like Kyrie with the 70s a family picnic haircut. I actually like Kyrie, man. He's just not that dude he wants to be, but I like him.
But I think he realizes that for the most part, right?
I definitely have to let him.
I think the failed Boston experiment has humbled him.
Definitely what happened last year in the playoffs as well. So what's up with AD? We didn't talk about Embiid, where he's going.
He just
Big John, hold on.
today, right?
Hold the crowd down. I'll be right back. Be right back.
All right, so you got me. Brennan, that's a lot of cards still in boxes. There was Ohtani Kershaw card pulled out of a Walmart pack today or yesterday. And there are still a bunch of cards in boxes. I wish we had a way of knowing what's already been pulled. Hey, the card hunter. I wish that way we knew what's been pulled or what redemptions are expired. And I think if we knew that regularly on a regular basis, a lot of old wax would go down in value. Because there's a lot of cards you can't get anymore because that X is expired. Hit tracking would be awesome. And that's the only hard part about it because you don't know what's in somebody's box in the attic. You know, what's in that 4-roll, what's in that, that 3-roll. But like if we had some hit tracking or at least redemption tracking, the bad part of that is you're gonna have a lot of boxes not hold value because you can't hit cards from 10, 15 years ago.
Bro, Tim Hardaway Jr. gets shoved, hit the back of his head. Hold on here. Hits a guy's knee, hits Jalen Duren's knee.
Mm-hmm.
Back his head, hits Jalen Duren's knee. They had to cart him off the court.
Well, hope he's okay.
Probably horrible concussion. Hate to interrupt. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, so Car Hunter and Brendan, we were talking about hit tracking, redemption tracking, and wax. Like what's out there.
What's hit tracking? When we scan a box and see what's up? What's hit tracking?
So, like, what we know what one-on-one women's been pulled now because they've been pulled down breaks on the IG. Those ways to say
what hits have been here. The CT scanning is going to affect a lot of prices.
Yeah, it's going to affect prices. But like, if I wanted to go, I don't know, get a Grant Hill from something, I'm going to go chase Grant Hill in his old set. It'd be good to know, like, hey, these were the hits. This is what we know has been hit. Or better yet, this older product has redemptions, and these are all the redemptions that expire this year.
How do you really track cards, though? If I'm in Minnesota and I open some wax and an 8-year-old kid pulls something, how do I let you know in Connecticut?
I mean, again, there's got to be a website or something. Like somebody with the time. It's like we got Gem Rate, right? Gem Rate tracks everything that's been graded each month.
But it's going to a company that submits data.
Right. So, but if there was a way where breakers could send there, hey, this is what we send. This is where all the one-on-ones we hit this week from this product. This is all just for public knowledge. Somebody could compile that and do that monthly. Hey, Topps Mercury. This is all the one-on-ones we know have been hit.
Oh, you know they don't.
We know,
bro. You know they don't tell you that. They don't want. That's not going. It would be nice if it happened.
It'll be nice.
But with these $8,000 and $10,000 boxes out here, they ain't trying to pay.
But I think it'll be even nicer to know about expired redemptions.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That will tank price of wax, but I think that's more accurate. I have more confidence in what I'm paying, knowing that I'm opening up this 2017 Bowman and Otani has redemptions that all expired. I would feel better as a buyer knowing I'm paying this price.
Yes.
With that, usually not being able to get that hit versus paying a lot and then I hit this great card. I'm so happy. Oh, I can't even redeem it because it's expired in 2019.
Yes.
So
I agree with all that. I just hope some of it will actually happen. So Steve Kerr put out a statement that Steph Curry would no longer talk about Klay Thompson and focus on the game. What do you think about that?
Sounds about right. Everything I listened to leading up to the game, and I told you earlier, right? Mm-hmm. Sounded like Klay was bitter.
Yeah, he's bitter. Yeah. You talking about putting Brandon Baczynski ahead of him?
What? But he's still in the bitter part of the breakup, right? Mm-hmm. You were sad. Now you're bitter. I got to go get the new girl. Got to get the new this, new that, because and impress. But I think once you get past this game, and it becomes normal.
No, it's never. It's never going to be Big John. It's never going to be normal.
What normal?
If they see boys in the playoffs, never going to be normal.
Normal.
If these dudes are playing on 11 seed playoff teams, 11 and 12 seed, never going to be normal.
I think it becomes normal in the fact that emotionally, I'm not starting coming in on 15 today.
As Klay Thompson?
Yeah.
Klay Thompson's coming in on 15 every time.
Because the competitor in Steph Curry, there's got to be some. We're the greatest backcourt, but I'm still the greatest shooter.
Yeah, Steph is going to match. Steph is going to match. Klay, you want to come in here? Just like when he hit this rainbow shot on him and he was talking to him. Yeah, you want to come in here?
There's a lot of Trace Jackson Davis. That's like the third attempt that he tried to post to somebody tonight.
He's gonna keep trying because he has Boeings, and he's lost weight. If you notice, they gave all these guys Moody, Trace Jackson Davis. All these guys have come in excellent shape. This is not Davis last year. He's lost at least 20 or 25. And he's ready to go. He's never tired. He's going to try to dunk on you. Even when he gets a pick and rolls wide open, he's coming to the cup with aggression.
Big fans can happen any place. Like I said, you seen that low-numbered Kershaw Otani from Top Series 2 pulled from a Walmart hanger pack.
Bro, they put Kershaw on the car with Otani. Come on, man. Come on, Big John.
It was pulled from a hanger pack.
Dude, they should put you and me on the car with Otani. You know that. Come on, bro. That ain't happening.
Kershaw?
Come on. He might as well came upstairs and did some commentating. It's about over. When you get older and you start having foot problems, it's about over.
Let me see.
Curry out here playing games, too. He got the lead back. He's up by 10. He's pulling from 3 feet outside of the line. You know he's going to prove a point tonight, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's going to prove a point tonight. You want to talk that talk and yap that yap? I got to prove a point. You're not coming into my house on this. It's not happening. I love this stuff. That FD, what's up? New Breed, what's going on? New Breed, we gotta have you back on. I want you to meet Big John. I don't know if y'all met before. New Breed out of Detroit. You know New Breed?
Yeah, New Breed. We definitely got to talk.
Yeah, we got to hook up. We got to have you on, man. I get with Big John. We'll think about some dates. Send you some date options to pick from. We'll see what's up. How you been, man? I hope everything is well. During the 80s car boom, vintage wax was abundant. I remember seeing a 48 Bowman wax pack seal baseball, $175. Bargain prices now, but then high end.
Mm-hmm. But after you look at this card, though.
What you got? Hold
on. That's nice.
Yeah, bro. It makes you feel good. I get it, but Kershaw shouldn't be on this card. Don't put Kershaw on this card.
Why not?
Put Bueller, bro. You can put Bueller. Put somebody that's relevant today with Ohtani. Big John will be back. He didn't like my comment. He said, I'm going to get the hell up out of here. What FD talking about? I'm out of here, man. I'm not going for this. It's mumbo jumbo. Who's going to win tonight, people? Golden State? What's up, Big John and FD? How y'all doing tonight, fellas? And yeah, I'm always down to do videos with you guys. We're definitely going to have you on. It'll be a pleasure. You got Big John back? Big John.
I'm back.
Newbury said it'll be a pleasure to come on.
FD, you talk about greatness all the time.
Kershaw's not. You see,
Kershaw's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah, he's a Hall of Fame. You know, there's 3 levels of Hall of Fame, right? You know when you skip that rock.
So we go back to last week's conversation with this Hall of Fame, right? The inner circle.
Hold on, you know you skip that rock. You know Deion said he needs to be in the upper room of the Hall of Fame,
right?
And he ain't lying. So there are some players that you skip the rock across the water, and they get in there. And there's some players that's mid-level on that midi. What would you put Kershaw? Or is he in that upper room?
I mean, Kershaw toward the mid-level.
Okay. He's in between mid and skipping rock to me.
But if you talk about 4 Dodgers fans, right? That's a great card.
I get it, man. I get it. That was like when they were remember them Top Now years when they were trying to put Pujols on every card with Ohtani?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's not. And those cards are not carrying big values because of it. Come on, everybody knows. It's a cool card. But you can't be almost basically in street clothes. You can't be in a dugout in flip flops.
I mean, you can't be like Joe Meyer who don't even pitch all postseason and talk crap.
I agree.
I mean, Joe Kelly.
Oh, you man.
Yeah,
he was talking mad trash after that.
Yeah, you can't even not pitch.
And why was Kelly not? Was he hurt?
No. You can't not pitch and talk crap.
Woo!
I'd rather you be hurt and talk crap than just be active and a good arm.
I don't know if Kershaw's the first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
I gotta see. You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I ride with y'all. Okay.
Easily because of the baseball writers Americans have no reason not to like Kershaw.
Hey, Shady McCoy went in the Hall of Fame. Think about that.
Yeah, but
he's not what?
Baseball writers of America have no reason to dislike Kershaw. His numbers will hold up when they doing their ballots.
I feel y'all, man. Brendan, I feel you. That dude's not first ballot Hall of Fame, but I ride with you. Hey, a lot of people pick up grapes when they bent down for prunes, so I get you. It's all good. I don't have any stake in the game on Kershaw. No hate for him. You know I love my humble players. He's a humble player.
Mm-hmm. What a move by Luka.
Is AD out for a while with his eye problem? I heard that. I want to validate it.
Thought he was coming back wearing a mask.
Okay, maybe that's what he should do. I mean, the guy that hurt him is an awkward player. Hit LeBron in the face with an elbow.
Who hurt him?
I can't remember this cat's name. I know some backup. I can't remember this guy's name.
Freeman is not a surprise because if you watch baseball, you know how good Freeman is.
Oh, he's no surprise.
He's not a surprise at all.
It was more of a surprise with his injuries,
Mm-hmm.
what he was able to do. But that man plays baseball. That man is a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like he did the same thing in Atlanta.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear anything from me on that. Freddie Freeman, he broke that spirits with that home run in Game 1.
Mm-hmm. You can talk about humble.
Very.
Talk about humble, like.
No, so what's up with Soto? He's bouncing, right?
Soto going to the Mets.
Yeah.
And
that's strictly for the money, right?
No, it's not strictly for the money. It's going to be for his baseball big brother, Francisco Lindor.
Okay, I know that type.
Lindor, with all these Dominican players, Lindor is that baseball big brother for all of them. And him and Soto have a really, really tight relationship. If you've seen Soto you've seen Soto at the All-Star game,
yeah.
If you go back to look at the All-Star game, all the Dominican players, they just followed behind Lindor like baby ducks. Vlad, all of them.
Player, he carries himself well.
Yep. So I mean, they have the money.
Let me ask you this: Is Lindor a Hall of Famer?
He'll get there.
Yes, he will.
Like honestly, Lindor. If it wasn't for what Ohtani and Judge did, Lindor should be. If it wasn't for Judge, Lindor should have probably been the MVP.
Who's gonna get the first $1 billion contract?
First billion. So who's one of these young? So
it might be a player. I was about to say it's probably gonna be a player we don't really know yet.
No, first option would be Bobby Witt. Then it's probably whoever's the best player, whoever's the best prospect in 2027. Okay. When that player comes up and is up for a contract in 2033, he'll probably be the first $1 billion contract.
Ooh, Steph just hit a dude with some nasty do. Off glass. Ooh. Kyrie trying to match. Bro, you can't match. A new breed. Fellas, got a question. What player in baseball will get the first $1 billion contract? Oh, we talked about that. Well, it was something else down here. Brendan said, yeah, Pujols. The same
way when Trout came down.
Yeah, he did. Well, but Pujols had to know he was on his last day. He was hitting 600 a couple of years after Trout was there, and that was about it. That's the only reason he was there. Put butts in seats. I used to go to games. They had that tracker in the outfield just to look at long balls. Man.
I still think, right? You talk about how Ben Simmons is stealing money from the NBA. Anthony Rendon has stolen millions.
He banked in on that World Series. Yes, he is. Yeah.
He ain't played 80 games in forever.
No. And he's always, you got this thing about players hit a certain plateau in their career. They carry extra weight and they pick up bank.
Mm-hmm.
He's carrying extra weight and he's picking up bank. And I'm not trying to talk poorly about people. I'm just saying what I see when I turn on my TV. So, and a lot of players, man, they don't want to win. They don't care about the sport after a while. They lose interest. So if they
he's lost interest in playing baseball.
If he
Anthony
can
Rendon has lost interest in playing baseball.
Yeah, he is the captain, the logo of lost interest. Like you talking about Jerry West, he is the logo. So if he can pick up generational wealth in the process, I tip my hat to him. Most of us never make that kind of money. So
nope.
I like Kyrie. Kyrie's out here losing the ball, trying to be that dude. I feel you. You like, hey, they talking about Clay. They talking about Clay and Steph. Let me get in this mix. I feel you, man. But it ain't happening.
Bobby Bonilla is not stealing money. No, the Mets were stupid, just like the Dodgers are stupid with the Ohtani contract. They could have paid Bobby Bonilla $4-something million and been done with him, they opted to defer it for almost 20 years, give him $1 million something a year. They could have been done with him for like $4 or $5 million. And a paying $1 million a year.
Every time they talk about his contract, they show that altercation at his locker. That's actually comedy, man. Can you believe the Dodgers don't give everyone employed by the organization rings? Well, to tell you the truth, there are several organizations that don't do that. So yeah, the Dodgers is one of them.
And what do you mean by every person in the organization? Because like the custodians ain't getting rings in no organization.
Hey, I can tell you this: the 400 people that were clapping for Klay Thompson when he came in the building, they
ain't got a ring.
I'm pretty sure Klay put rings on them. Golden State gives rings to everybody.
So even all the way down to concession stand workers.
Oh, that I don't know. No, I don't think that. But I think these 400 was in that office. Takes a lot to keep that greatness running.
And then what? Like Magic now with all his teams he owns has like what 15, 16 rings.
15.
All right.
Hold on. Let's see. Take Lively to the cup while he missed. Got it back off the back.
Let's watch this quarter and then call it a night.
Yeah, Steph is just shooting right now. For Ron Looney said I lost his weight. I'm gonna put elbows on people. You know, back in the day, they didn't call stuff like that. That chicken elbow.
I'm over these NBA Cup courts.
Oh, I was over them last year. If Steph in the top 5 points, Newbury, come on, bro, Newbury. You talking about Uno? That's number Uno right there.
Kuminga hitting threes.
If he can do that, problems. If he can do this right here, problems.
And playing defense.
If you got Buddy Hield, him, Steph shooting threes, Draymond every once in a while, problems. But let me ask you this though: Dallas doesn't have that consistent score when Luka steps off the court, and you got Kyrie out here trying to pass the ball around.
No, they're going to their bigs in the middle. So.
Yeah, this game is wide open right now. They're just running and gunning.
Yeah, it's a 7-point game, but it's really feel like a 2-point game.
It does. Got a minute left for me. 58 seconds. Come on, people. Come on, Loon. Come on, Looney Loon. What's y'all thoughts on the Joel Embiid situation with the reporter? He shouldn't have touched the man. But I can see why he's frustrated.
As the organization, why did you let the reporter in the building the next day? Why ain't you like this?
You know why? You want me to tell you why? That's why I asked you the question earlier. Joel Embiid is leaving, bro. That's why they let him in the. They're siding with the reporter. That's why they let. And he might be. Is he one of their top beat reporters?
I don't know.
I think so. I think he's one of the top, well-known reporters. The organization issued a statement that night on his behalf. They didn't say shit about Joel Embiid.
I don't know why or how you let him in the building, like that. And the version that came out was the edited version after he was told, like, "Hey, this is too much."
Well, when you talk about your brother and your child, and your brother. Your child's named after your brother, and your brother was killed. Come on, man. I don't know. But we're in a world right now, Big John, where everybody's looking for clicks.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for a bunch of stuff and going off the wall. I look at stuff on YouTube all the time that's kind of off the chain for clicks. You got these dating shows, you got the red balloon, you got all kinds of stuff going on. It's all clicks. Everybody's there to build that social media platform. They don't care about the person they're talking to, going on a date with. So this is where we are. Man, Brandon Brzezinski is out here balling right now.
Yeah.
Hit a three, came down and hit a layup too.
I need
Took
him.
that 7-point lead into the fourth.
I need him
But
the
that's
ball for me.
a different Golden State team.
Like I said earlier, he put a good roster together. I didn't think he had it in him.
Will he break it up for that one dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, you about to break that thing up for that one dude.
All right.
All right, brother. Last question before you break. Where's Dame going to be after Giannis leaves? Back in Portland? Really? Really back in Portland?
No.
I mean, it's the same team. It's the same team he had in Portland.
Yeah, Miami.
Oh, you think he's going to Miami?
What?
Okay, so it's still going to be on Bam because Jimmy Butler's not going.
Yeah, but they need an actual point guard.
Speak on it. Tyler Hero has to go before they win something.
He's playing good.
It doesn't matter. He knows he's on the brink of hitting breaks and getting up out of there.
So,
because wherever you go, people, you got to hit breaks before you can get up out of there.
Where does Jimmy go? Because I don't think they're gonna pay him.
Jimmy's going to be leaving as well. Probably go somewhere, end their career out. Jimmy doesn't care. He's not winning a championship. Newbury says Dame going to the Lakers. Was that post LeBron? Because the way he shoots and holds the ball, you can't have two guys doing that.
3 actually, including AD with that.
Yes, right. So you can't have 3. But Big John, bro, I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Always coming through East Coast in the house via Chicago.
Yeah. We'll be back next week, next Tuesday.
Next week, man. You got snow out there yet?
No. This weather ain't gonna be snow. I tell this to my wife. This weather, we won't get snow until February.
Okay, hopefully. What do we think about? Hold up. What do we think? Dame's better than scorer than Kyrie. That's a whole conversation, Jordan. I don't know about. Yeah, maybe. Newbury, what y'all think about Bronny? Not much. Good financial play for the rest of his life.
Listen, LeBron did what he had to do, secured his son's future. $4.4 million guaranteed. You got more guaranteed than most of the first round put together. But we will see how his career works out. But good on Bronny. I hope he stays healthy.
I hope he stays healthy. I hope he can have a life outside of basketball that's healthy for him. When we talk dollars, I have no problem with the situation. That man loves his kid, wants to do something for him. So, Big John, you have a good one. Tell your family we say what's up. Everybody here, I want you to hear us. Big John, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you taking the time. You could be anywhere. We got greatness, and we still got people up in here, a pretty good amount of people. Thank you for everybody that put something in the comments. I truly appreciate you. If it wasn't for you being here, there will be no What's to Play.
Yep.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
All right, my man.
All right.
Peace.
I'm going to sleep.
Off tomorrow.